Let's go. If you love, just let go.
Reverb Experiment episode number 35?
35.
35.
It's the Kevin Durant episode.
That's crazy.
Hey.
Well, he wear number 7 now. But
Oh, yeah. Well, you're right.
He's number 7 now?
Yeah.
He always got to be
Well, he
technical.
was the only fucking nigga who wore 35.
35. I don't know why.
What real
I think
nigga
so.
wears
Nah, he
35?
can't. That's somebody else 35.
Who?
Nobody.
Nobody with 35?
Nobody, bro. That's a loser.
Damn.
That's a weird number.
Until somebody make it a great number.
Exactly.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, okay, we're going to give you some props on that.
That's nice. I like
Guess what? No nigga's ever gonna wear it.
But that's facts though. 23 was whack until Michael Jordan wore it. So
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I give you that.
It's really an odd ass number.
What, 23?
23.
23 is hell.
My son wears.
See, but 20s are guard numbers. I
Yeah.
think.
That's
maybe
only
Jordan.
because of Michael Jordan.
Maybe
though.
Jordan.
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm just thinking about the numbers in general.
and
Yeah.
like
23.
and like my son wears 22 on the football team, and it's like a DB.
Yeah, you should wear 21.
Facts. And that's what I told him. I said, fam. I said all of us wore 21.
Yeah. 21.
Well, some people wore 22.
Who was 22?
Facts.
Like
Who's
Asante
Emmett Smith? I know
Samuel, Marcus Peters.
Emmett wore 22. There's a lot of good 22s out there.
All right, hold on, man. Before we over here having a sports
I'm
podcast.
just looking like.
So before
Talking
we
about
get any
numbers and
further,
shit.
we want to introduce. We want to introduce ourselves. We apologize. So this is G_Focus on the mic.
Focus.
To my left, you have Steph.net, the queen.
What's good?
To her left, we have Rajeo, the king.
Yeah, bamba clachino.
We have Photo B that's off the camera, but will be on the camera
This
for the second
nigga's
half
got
of the
the
pod.
full-blown Gerbo denim fit on today.
Wait till y'all see it.
Hey, I'm fitted.
Wait till he gets on the camera later on.
I look like I work at a swagged out mechanic shop.
That nigga looks like he does surgery on vehicles.
Oh, wait.
Don't you know no good?
No.
And then we have a special guest here today. We are going to introduce him a little bit later, but we want to make sure that we thank everybody that's listening via audio, so Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all streaming platforms, and we want to thank our YouTube viewership. Please help us with the algorithm by liking and commenting, and that will help us get seen by other people that are watching on YouTube. As of right now, we're not asking for any donations. We don't have a Patreon. We're not asking for any money, no Cash App. So if you do like us and you do want to support our platform, that is the best way to do it. And we just appreciate all those that have been listening, sharing, liking, commenting thus far. Because we have a pretty big following on the Reverb Nation. This is on Facebook, which you can follow us. And you can follow us on Instagram. And obviously YouTube and all the other audio streaming platforms. So
Yeah, hop on
Yeah,
there. We
we're not-
almost to 1K, so hop on there.
Yeah, it's not we're not asking for money, but I mean, if you want to give us some money, and shit, go ahead.
things may be changing soon.
Some of y'all, some of y'all at this table got a bag, and some of y'all off camera got a bag. Niggas done changed their whole life since the podcast started. This nigga got. Y'all notice that Photo B wears new clothes every episode? It's a
Well, I
brand new
don't. So
outfit.
if y'all want to hit me, Cash App Steph.net.
Facts.
Well, we know
look,
who's holding the money.
plug.
Hey, look, we know who's holding the money then. look.
All right, so before we get into the pod, we would definitely want to introduce our guest today. Actually, we're going to let him introduce himself because he got such a long rap sheet, man. He just doing everything. I don't even know how he even had time to even come to the pod, man, because he be out in the community so much. So, but we got Kaifa here, man. He is a living legend out in the community doing the work. We're going to give him a round of applause. We're going to let him introduce himself, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, man. Like you said, man, doing a lot in the community. But yeah, my name is Kaifa Yates. I'm the outreach coordinator for the Martin Luther King Jr. Center at Sacramento State. Been doing that for the past 2 years. Been in the educational system for about 15 years. Different positions, mentoring, tutoring, after-school program leader. Now just recently just started my own nonprofit organization.
Nice.
Man, which is I'm not gonna lie, man. It's definitely hard to start something like that, man.
Facts.
So just started that like in
Facts.
January.
It was
And
a
I'll-
good time to do it though during the pandemic.
Yeah. I think that's what actually motivated me the most. Throughout that time, you sitting at home, you're working, but it's like it's time to really put some action. You know what I'm saying? Because now I think the pandemic kind of put us to a point where we got to be entrepreneurs. Right? We got to figure out how we're going to be our own business leaders, right? And so a lot of ideas that I did have, I had it in the back, but just never really put it up front. And so I was like, no, wait, I'm sitting at home. Let me just go ahead and just make this thing work. And so
Nice.
it kind of worked out for me, man. And it was actually my my thesis for my graduate program. Yeah. So actually, I just got my master's in education technology.
From Sac State?
Hey.
Sac State. Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's a couple Hornets at the table.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
We did okay.
Yeah, man. Sac State, man. Stingers up. You know?
we did
Stingers up. We out here. So yeah, just recently just did that. Yeah, so I work at Sac State, man. So what I do professionally, man, I work as an outreach coordinator for the MLK Center. So what we really just help and support African American students on campus, help out with graduation and retention. When we say retention, really talk about keeping students on campus, especially our black students, right? A lot of times they come here from different cities, from Sacramento, from like LA, Fresco, the Bay Area, right?
Merced, Fresno.
Merced, yeah. Where you from?
Yeah, I'm from out here, but
From
a
out
lot
here?
of them
Okay.
people, a lot of people I went to school at that time were like coming from like Fresno, Merced,
Okay.
Lodi.
Yeah.
A lot from
A
LA.
lot, yeah. A lot of from LA, actually.
A lot of people from Oregon.
LA?
Who were coming down.
LA, yeah. Oregon, yeah. I have a few people from Oregon. LA, yeah, LA. A lot of people from Riverside. I don't know how to know about
That's
Sacramento.
crazy,
It's
huh?
weird.
To
I
come
was just thinking
LA
that,
to-
like,
when you
how
got
to-
UCLA,
Exactly.
you got USC, but well, you know what it is? It's because our engineering program is fire.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's
engineering
dope.
program is fire.
Yeah. And a lot of it is kind of how we are in Sacramento, man. Like, we get tired of one area. Like, even though you live in LA, it's like, I see this all the time. I want to go somewhere new. So a lot of time I talk to these students, like, I just want to go somewhere new.
Yep.
That's true.
And
I
it's-
applied
and
to
it's
Sac State, and I got in.
5-hour drive. Easy,
Yeah.
easy come, easy
It's
go.
close.
Well, and I
Still
would
in
think
Cali.
probably the cost too, right? I would assume that Sac State compared to maybe some of the other schools. in
I gotta
LA.
look that. I don't know. I
Back in
think
the
I want to say
day-
the same. I
Yeah,
don't know.
back in the day.
Maybe
Maybe.
cost of living.
Because if
Cost
you're,
of living, yeah.
There
Cost
you
of
go.
cost
living,
of living
definitely.
too, yeah. But if you're doing like construction management or engineering, Sac State is like top 10 for those programs.
Yeah, it is.
And then if you're doing like nursing, like they either start at Sac State and finish at Davis, or they just go to Davis.
Yeah.
So there's really good programs. in
Yeah.
Sacramento.
The engineering program is really good.
I know, like the criminal justice program.
Criminal
Oh,
justice. I was
criminal
just gonna say that the
justice.
criminal
Really
justice is
good,
really
too.
because obviously
Yeah.
we're the state of capital, it's California, so like, really big on the criminal justice.
And we be
politics.
sleeping on ourselves though. Facts.
You know what? I think we do. To be honest with you, I think just because we're here, sometimes when you live in the city, you take your city for granted.
Yeah, you do.
Of course,
Yeah.
everybody. do
Until
that.
you go outside and then you see what other
Exactly.
people have, and you're like, oh man, it wasn't so
Yep.
bad.
Yep.
Facts.
That's what happened to me in Chico.
Oh, you went to Chico?
I went to Chico State. Yeah, I went to Chico
Oh,
State for like
shit.
3 years, and then I was leaving being
Come
from
on, bro,
Sacramento.
tell me that it wasn't the most fun that
Bruh.
you had in life. I lived in Chico for 2 years.
That's why I came back.
for a construction job, and all I did was party all the time.
Well, we back in the day, we would drive to Chico to party.
Oh wow.
And
go
then
to-
drive back.
Yeah,
They still had the bear back
The
then.
bear, yeah, the bear,
beach.
LaSalle's.
You're the oh god, the crazy horse.
I see you
Remember
see how
the
you look
crazy
when you
horse?
say LaSalle's though.
Crazy horse.
Crazy or
Crazy. I know I've never been actually.
that
I went to
shit-
LaSalle's and the
Bro,
bear.
if you
Never been to
ever
crazy.
wanna
You know what's crazy? I think when you share stories like somebody that you know now, you like, dang, like we probably was partying in the same spot back
We-
then.
Oh, I know, yeah. I probably have seen this guy somewhere.
Bro,
He's Jamaican, so.
Yeah, I've been everywhere. Well, you know, when you're a college kid, you just do college
Yeah.
college things.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that, especially in Sacramento. Like I'll talk to like Tyson, and before we knew each other, we was at. I'm like, I went to that function too. But I mean,
I didn't even know you because I was on somebody else.
but I mean, when you in Sacramento, it's not that big. It's not like the Bay Area where it's like a accumulation of cities.
Yeah.
No, bro.
It's
No,
just,
Sacramento is
you
huge.
know?
Sacramento is big. The black community is small.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, you know what? It's not like
The
I
black-
And
swear.
the shit
I
for
actually
us
just
to
told
do
somebody-
The
is
shit for
limited.
exactly the thing for us to do is very limited. So if
Well,
if
but I don't
I-
even think it's that. I
That
would
part.
when I would go out of
Yeah.
town, I would always run into somebody from Sacramento.
Facts.
When I went to Vegas,
No matter where you are.
no, I swear to God.
No matter where
when I
you
would,
are.
When I would go party in Vegas,
Yeah.
I would see people from Sac.
Yeah, no
I'm
matter
like, bro,
where
what are
you
you
go.
doing here?
Nigga, I'm doing the
He's
same
like,
shit
I'm out
you
here
doing.
partying.
Yeah.
Same thing
And
you
now I used to
doing.
go to the Bay. I'm like, see, hella niggas from Sac in the Bay.
Facts.
What are y'all niggas doing
Facts.
here?
Facts.
Like,
Same thing you doing.
And that's how when I went.
And
When
I
I
got
went to
dibs on that
TSU.
girl over there.
When I went to TSU, I got there. I'm like, why is there so many people from Laguna here? Like, what are the odds that y'all going to the same?
Oh, so you was liking that track on the Drake album, huh? We gonna talk about it later. That track was specifically for
He
Steph.
made it for me.
Yeah,
We gonna talk about it though.
we gonna talk about it.
You didn't turn out like the rest of those girls, though. You did good. She did a good
You
job.
talking about TSU, Texas?
Uh-huh.
Texas
I
A&M.
just went out there actually.
It's lit.
Yeah, I just went to Houston. I just
It's
came
lit.
back from
It's
there.
lit when it's not drowsy and rainy and nasty.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the humid. Oh my God.
That's
the
everywhere
weather-
down south though.
disgusting.
Everywhere
Yeah.
down there is lit until the weather start kicking in,
Right,
Yeah.
until
and
it's,
you want to come back to
till
town.
it's
come back to
nighttime for
California.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly what
It
I
does
did.
nighttime
It does
for
not
24
cool down
hours.
at all.
No,
Like,
no, nigga,
at all.
why is it
Even when it's
thunderstorming
raining.
and it's 90
yeah,
degrees
exactly.
outside?
It was like it was raining outside. It was like 90 degrees. I'm like, what?
Every time we had a road game in like the South, I just wanted to go home. I was like, can we just play and go back home?
yeah, the South. Yeah.
That's why they're so good. Any home games, they already have an advantage. They already know what to do.
Exactly.
All right, so to get back on track, man. So I know you were saying kind of what the Martin Luther King Center is kind of designed for.
Yeah.
So I know you were kind of listing some of the things that you guys have to work on to try to keep the students there.
Yeah.
So what are some of the main reasons why you believe that our community or Black students have issues that you have to address in keeping their retention there? Like, what are some of the main issues that you think that they have?
I mean, it's psychological, man. A lot of times you just go to college just because somebody told you to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I went to college because my dad told me to do it. You know, so a lot of these students that come on campus, they have that same mentality, and they're just excited about just being here, but they don't understand the resources and the things that you need to do to graduate. Right? It's a lot of different resources, a lot of different information, a lot of different ways and skills and ways to really maneuver around this game. This is chess, but it's not checkers. Like, you can't just come here and just think you're just gonna graduate and then get the job and make money. That's not how.
But that's the American lie.
That's the American lie.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and you got in the Sac State's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're happy that you're here, but at the end of the day,
Preaching, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Like,
preaching,
it's
bro.
a business. This is a
He's
big
preaching.
business. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why we're open during the pandemic. You know, I work at Sac State, but I understand that it's a business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
So for our Black students, for them psychologically, it's hard for them to stay on campus because they don't feel like they have somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a place for them. They don't feel like they're going to college just because somebody told them to do it. But when they're there, they're not really feeling connected. And so what we do at the center, we try to provide that space, that opportunity for them where they can feel like they're being seen, right, and being heard. A lot of times they're not being heard in the classroom or not being heard in the financial aid office or the academic office or whatever the case may
Especially
be.
the counseling office, like when it comes to like time for graduation and credits needed. I
Yeah.
feel like that was one of the biggest issues that we all had was having a counselor that cared enough to tell us.
Put you on the right, put you on the right
because
track.
you know how you need a certain amount of units.
Yeah.
And then there were so many of us, like in our fourth year, that were like, why can't I graduate this year? And they're like, well, you missed these 2 classes.
Yeah.
It's like, fam, you could have told me
Yeah.
that the whole 4 years I've been
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's knowing the game. You know what I'm saying? So when I go, if you don't know the game of the educational system, then you're not going to be successful.
And
Listen
a lot of
how
our
he-
parents don't know.
And a lot
listen
of
how he
that-
talks
and that's-
about it, though.
and that's
Because
another thing
my
too.
sister, my niece is in college, and my sister's like trying to navigate with her, and she like, I don't know, I ain't go, like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's hard.
Yeah.
The generation of people just not knowing the information.
That's
So-
really important that that you guys are providing that space, because if not, so if there wasn't a Martin Luther King Center on campus, then what would happen?
Well, there wasn't when I was there.
How do you feel when it was
it
like?
didn't exist.
I mean, so let me ask you about your experience. I'm gonna. I mean, you a Sac State alumni.
Yeah, so when I was there, I felt like it was like every man for himself. And the communities that I had, I actually lived in the West Lake, or like the lake right there by Bicentennial on 10.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
I know
about.
talking about the pipeline. Yeah.
So that was our community. Like all the Black people I went to school with, we all moved in the same complex. So that was was
Yeah.
Talking
So,
about the
I think it's all the fountains.
Jeffersons.
not the Jeffs.
think
No,
it's all
no, the Jeffs was the party
Jeffersons.
spot.
I know about the.
The Jeffs.
I don't even know what they call it no
Yo,
more,
I'ma
but
tell
I
you-
always
I'll tell
refer
you
to them
what,
as the
I'll
Jeffersons.
tell you what, that's the first time I ever had my car towed was at the Jeffs.
If you ain't lived in Sacramento and you ain't had your car towed from the Jeffersons, you wasn't outside.
You wasn't outside.
You wasn't outside.
Bruh, you
I
wasn't
wasn't
you
outside.
Yeah, I
wasn't-
wasn't outside
if you-
then,
If you didn't go to a
I'm with
party
you. I'm
at
like,
the
what
Jeffs,
I was
bruh,
outside.
bruh, if
Wait,
you didn't
where was
go-
the Jeffs at?
Yeah,
Right on.
It's right off of
50th.
65th.
65th, across the street from Target, bruh.
Oh
know
yeah.
what
See,
you're
everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody
I have
knows.
been to my bad. Okay, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows.
Okay, I didn't mean to throw you off story, y'all. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
That's all good.
So my experience is like we all moved to the same complex. We
Yeah.
were all like I met a bunch of people like in my when I got to school, and then so we all just kind of lived in the same spot. We all roommated together. We all kind of like hung out together. So we made our own little community. That's what my experience was,
Right.
and we kind of just held each other accountable.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we didn't have
Have that center, that
Nah,
space,
we didn't
that
have that
opportunity.
direct. Nah,
Right.
nah,
Did you know about the Black Faculty and Staff Association?
Nope.
See, that's the things right there. Like we
no
have things
clue.
like that, right? We have
No
black
clue.
faculty and staff that's on campus that's
No
willing to
clue.
help you and support you.
Wow.
Right? And our students don't know that.
All
Right?
I knew is I needed to be at Shasta at 9:05.
Well, and you were there. And you were there for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you didn't hear anything about that.
Nah.
That's crazy.
No, I wasn't there all 4 years. I was there just my last 2 years.
Okay, but still, you were there
yeah,
for 2 years
yeah,
and didn't know.
And still didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important to know because networking, right? We
Yeah.
think about the white counterparts, they have network. They're
Yep.
going to their class and they're seeing people
Yep.
that look just like them already. Everywhere
Yep.
around them already speaking
Yep.
their language, speaking their culture.
Yeah.
Right? For us, when we walk in there, I don't have anybody that speaks my culture, speaks my
Yeah,
language.
I'm not gonna
Right?
lie,
And so-
bro. That university experience is different because
It's
there's really like 1 or 2 black kids per class.
But where that's duplicated in almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
But that should not be the norm, though.
No, it shouldn't. You're right.
Right? That
So-
should not be the
Bruh,
norm.
I met my
Why?
ex-wife there, and we ended up being like teammates, like study
like
buddies.
the only
Oh,
black
okay,
kid.
Study
yeah.
like we were the only like study buddies.
Yeah.
So like all our classes, we made a match.
Got it.
And then we did all classes together.
Got it.
I know with me, when I was an undergrad at Sac State, I tried to develop like certain study groups with like my classmates,
Mm-hmm.
and they all would tell me they're not studying. They would not want to study with me.
Wow.
But I'll go into like the library and I would see them studying together,
Yeah,
Wow.
of course.
all
course.
together in a group.
Of course.
And I'm like, bro, I just
They get-
asked y'all. I just asked y'all like no lie, like 3 hours ago, if y'all studying, we could all work together. They denied me.
And these were non-black.
Non-black, yeah, all
Yeah,
non-black,
yeah.
yeah.
I just wanna
My-
make- I
yeah,
want you to
yeah,
be
they're
clear.
all non-black.
Well,
yeah.
because what you get to see in the university levels, you get to see the segregation. That's what you really get to see. So you start really getting your first world experience.
Well, that's crazy because then when we try to put stuff together for ourselves, that's you guys are discriminating.
You guys are discriminating.
And that's
You guys
reverse
are-
racism.
yeah.
Like, what are you? Y'all been doing this for years, generations.
Still
Some
doing
of
it.
them,
Still doing it.
Still doing
Still
it.
doing it.
They have legal, they have policies and bills and everything just based off of that, off of segregation.
Yep.
You can't be mad
they
at somebody for creating their own space when you don't make space for them.
Facts.
I mean, come on now.
That's the definition of narcissism. yeah, that's
facts.
cultural
What? I
narcissism.
can't have my
You know
own
what I
shit,
mean?
but I can't be in your shit either. Oh, okay.
We just don't want you to have anything. Okay,
yeah.
just go home.
But the funniest thing right now, since the George Floyd era, that has really changed a lot of universities, and they want to do more. They want to try to do more, but they don't know how to do it. And so now that we're trying to create spaces and create opportunities, they're doing it, but at the same time, they're not really listening about what we need, right? They're just doing it because right now it's George Floyd and all the other things.
Well,
and
there's funds for it available.
It's,
too.
oh, yeah, it's funds for it.
It's,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah.
like you said, it's a business.
No,
And
I didn't think about that like
no,
that.
it's
yeah.
business. This is why we're good at business. Is because when I'm talking to focus, it's always from a business perspective. Even if it's for a family perspective,
Yeah.
we're still looking at the
how
things,
to-
the things that have to move behind it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get paid for what we want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we always look at
There's always going to be a money somewhere
Yeah,
around.
somebody's gonna.
Somebody's
Somebody's
getting
gonna,
paid. Somebody's
gonna.
But
have
they
to get
always
paid.
do the bare minimum to get that funding. That's just like with the low
Yeah,
income housing.
exactly.
Like you can have a whole ass complex, but as long as you make a handful of them low income, you get that funding.
Yep.
Is it proportionate to? No, it's
Absolutely
not.
not.
It's
Well,
what I'm
but they're
saying,
not
you do
transparent
just
about it.
enough.
They're not transparent about it. And then we have to do our due diligence and knowing the information, knowing the funding.
And that's what I was
right?
gonna say because the educational piece is if you understand how this shit works, you can win.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Oh, yeah.
but
You
it's
can
not-
win.
You went to college. Did they teach you about stocks,
No.
or bonds, or
No.
taxes, or all the stuff that we're
We
making
were
a
having
whole
that
bunch of money?
conversation.
He
last
just
night.
had-
They
We were
never,
having that conversation
they
last night.
never taught me. Not at Berkeley, not at Oregon.
I
not
learned
at-
about the periodic table.
of elements that you've
The
never
elements.
used. That you've never used.
That I'm not even using it at all.
And helium and.
But they
copper
don't teach you
plasma.
about melanin.
No.
Everything on the table they want to teach you about except for melanin.
Yeah, we all know
That
what the
part.
education system
We're going
is
to skip past
We all
this
know
one.
what most of the education
It's
system's
about
for.
making money, bro.
Right,
And
it's just-
Yeah.
It's not about creating
It's a
wealth.
business.
It's
It's a business, yeah. But it's just learning your skill. So what I tell my students is that they have to find their passion. So don't come to college until you know what you want to do.
Yes.
Because it's
Don't,
money.
It's money. You're going to spend the money every semester.
Yeah.
And if it's going down the drain and you're not doing the things that you're going to love,
Yeah.
then it's not going to make no sense. You're going to
Especially at
spend
Stack State, you know,
60,000,
Yep.
80K on going to college, and you're in a field that you don't like at all.
Or
I
you
remember-
don't end up finishing.
Oh, you
I mean,
don't
well,
finish.
still
That is a,
Well, what
that's we
about-
talk about retention. They don't finish.
Well, what about like a city college?
So that's
I
a
feel like
better.
city colleges
oh,
are cool
see,
That's a
because
safer
it's like-
route.
So,
That's a
right,
safer route.
But
yeah.
you know what though?
Well,
Like,
hold on. Let him finish. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because I mean, like, if like when it comes to like, say you don't know what you want passionate about, right? But you know that it's going to be a good idea to have something to fall back on. It's
Yeah.
like, let me go ahead and do this just in case I got a degree. I'm more hireable because I don't know what the fuck I want to do, but just in case,
Right.
I got this.
Right.
Uh,
But let me ask you this: what does that mean? That you said having a degree means it's a backup plan, right?
yeah, it's like it's.
But-
What does a degree mean? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, what-
Oh shit, that's
right.
That's a real.
Well, I mean,
question.
what does the degree really do for you?
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. That's. I mean, I'm just bringing it up to the point to where it's like for people who want to like work in the workforce, and they keep telling you
I
if you
feel
get
like
a
that's a
degree.
good starting point to figure
Yeah,
out what
yeah,
your
figure out what
your
your-
classes
yeah.
ain't as expensive.
For
classes are
me,
expensive.
I'm saying
For
going
me-
to city.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, let him finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like going to city because it's not expensive. You know what I'm saying? You pay everything up there. You don't have to worry about no loans and shit like that. If you do, it's not that crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
You still get a degree.
Yeah.
And you still get,
You get an
it's
AA.
the same- right.
Yeah.
You get an AA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which
So
is
it's like if you
equivalent
want to
to a
start
high
off with
school diploma.
something,
Yeah.
go. College
Yeah.
is mainly for people.
I think it's a
who-
good space for you to find your talents and find your passion,
That's
and,
what I was gonna say.
it's a
Exactly.
safer route.
That's what I was gonna say.
But
Less
I
expensive.
but I don't like the fact that people say that you need to get the degree. It's a backup plan. Don't do that as a backup plan. Because it just doesn't. Cause what are you gonna do with a degree at the end of the day? I mean, if I have a degree in, I don't know. I mean,
Business. Let's say
business. Say business. Okay, if I
But
degree,
you don't
but
need
I'm
a
not
business
even
degree.
interested in business though.
And you don't need a business degree to run a business.
Yeah, you don't need a business degree.
Not at all.
Yeah. But you need the skills though.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's what I'm saying. So that's why going to college, it gains you the skills.
But even
The
after you
knowledge.
get the skills, you're still gonna need some mentorship.
You do.
Apprenticeship.
You're always gonna need
You know what I'm saying?
mentorship,
So
though.
you still even just having the educational piece. I know people who are millionaires who've never gone to college at all
Yeah.
because they had the right people around them to give them the game.
Right.
For me personally, I would tell people who don't really know what they want to do, but they haven't figured it out. I would tell them to always start at a junior college
Yeah.
because what you're gonna get is you're gonna get your general ed done, and they can never take that away from you, right? So then when you do figure out what you want to do at the university level, maybe you want to be criminal justice, or maybe you want to go into business. You only have to serve 2 years of your time because
Right.
you've already completed your GE.
Right.
It's a waste of money to go to
Straight to the university.
and not have a plan.
If
Not
you're
a
not,
plan.
if you're not sure,
If you're
right?
not sure.
Do
What-
that general ed and take some electives and figure out, you know, you might think you want to go into criminal justice, take
Right.
a few classes. Maybe you might be like,
Yeah.
ain't for me.
You know, I would even say, and then I'm gonna let you kind of know you're the expert on this. I would even say, no, I mean as far as the information, I would even say take it a step further. That you're as a parent, you should be doing the research into the high school that your kids are going to, because
I was gonna say that.
because there are some high schools that have pathways or programs
programs.
that get you into a field that you may be interested in before you even get to college. Like my daughter, I have her going to a school where they have a criminal justice pathway, they have a medical pathway, they have a business pathway, they have an entrepreneurship pathway, they have a culinary pathway. So after your sophomore year, you can start taking classes that expose you to that career path.
Right.
So you're already kind of getting some exposure
If you
to it
like it or
before,
not, yeah.
and
Yeah.
not and as a parent, even outside high school, get them exposure before they even get there. Hey, what do you want to do? I want to be a veterinarian. Okay, let's maybe see if we can get you to a vet to maybe see if you can shadow or whatever and kind of get that. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of those resources.
But you're also talking about proactive parenting.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I think
yeah.
it's good that what he's doing, because he's also being proactive in the community to try to connect these parents and kids with mentors or people that can get them the information.
Yeah.
Because that's not easy to find that kind of
not,
stuff.
bro.
And if you're
It's
a parent and if you are so busy trying to just make ends meet, that's not even
enough.
on your
That's
radar.
Not even on your radar.
It's not even on your
I
radar.
think about it. Yeah.
Well, that's why what you do is so important because we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Some people
yeah.
just trying to get their kids to graduate high school.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they-
nah, I find
or
that
stay
that's very
alive.
important. Or stay alive.
Or stay alive.
But
That's a real
go off what you said. Pick back what you said about that is you need to make sure that you know what you want to do as early as possible. You need to have these conversations with your kids as early as first grade. Like, what do you want to do? If that's what you want to do, okay, let's go around that route. Like, my son's 10 years old, right? He wants to be a gamer. I said, okay, you want to be a gamer? Let's figure out how we're going to make you
How
a
to
gamer.
be a legitimate
I'm saying,
gamer.
I set up a YouTube channel for him. Like, I set up like a little podcast for him. I set him like the headphones. I'm setting them up. So this is what you want to do? That's fine. We're going to do it, but we're going to figure out a route on how you're going to go about it. But that's as early as possible that we're telling these kids, like, what do you want to be?
Yeah.
Because by the time they get to high school, by the time they graduate from high school or get into college, it's almost too late. You're already 18 years old.
Being a
So,
gamer at 10 years old, you might be rich before you get to high
yeah.
school. You never
You know what I'm saying?
So I think that actually runs us into a good question. So for the parents that are listening, can you just give them some quick tips or rundown on what you would give them as far as getting their children ready for college. So I know we already talked about starting that conversation early. So what other tips would you give them to getting them prepared for college? Because obviously school just started, so this, it's kind of an important.
Start the research as early as possible. Start learning about the classes that you need to take in high school, because that's more important, right? You got to know what classes, because there's certain classes you need to take in order to get into the university, right? And the counselors don't tell you that, right? The counselor will tell you what they want to tell you, right? And so you have to educate yourself. You have to be proactive. You got to be on it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to do, you have to research the schools, know how much the pricing is, know what you're going to do. You got to research the whole thing. So you really have to understand it and really listen to your kid too. You know, if your kid, I wouldn't force any kid to go to college. So I think a lot of time our culture, our parents are forcing these kids to go to college. And yes, college is good. College give you the skills. College give you a degree. Yes, you're going to make money. But if your kid goes to the university and he doesn't get that degree, or he doesn't love what he wants to do, and we just got done talking about mental health, that's another mental health that we go through right there. That's trauma right there that you're going through, that I'm in the position that I don't like.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you're in that,
I did it because my mom and dad told me to do
you're
it.
unmotivated.
Yeah.
Right, and then you don't want to do it, and then now we've wasted a whole bunch of time and money doing something that you don't really love.
I've done that so many times where I listen to people around me, parents, whatever, that told me to make certain moves and do certain things, and then when I'm dealing with the consequences, I'm like, damn, they ain't even.
They're not dealing with none of
They're not dealing with
They
none of that.
ain't paying this. They ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, damn.
Yeah, they mean well though.
Yeah,
They mean well.
definitely
You know what I'm saying? They mean well. Yeah, they mean
Well, I think we were all told that education is the equalizer, which education is, but college is not the only place you can get education.
No,
I think
exactly.
that's the
and
conversation.
that goes back into what I was saying. Like I would tell people to go to junior college, right? But then you also have the trades, where it's equivalent to college, because you're already working, you're getting the education, and you come out making top bucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once you get certified, and there's so many different routes. You're right, because college may not be for everyone. But if you're there and you love it, this is perfect.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's good to know that for the people that are listening, that Sac State has a great support system for people that look like
and I'm gonna
us.
keep it real. I don't play around. You come to my office, I'll give you the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'll tell you, hey, if you're not doing well, hey, you need to leave. Don't spend any more money. If you're doing well, I'm gonna tell you where to go. I'm gonna put you on resources. I'm gonna give you game. I'm gonna tell you who to network with. I'm gonna work on your resume. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. That's what I do. You know, I just keep it. And me and my coworker Hakeem Kroom, he does the same thing. We're unapologetically black. Like we're gonna be black, and we're gonna say what we need to do, and we're gonna make sure that we're supporting our students the best way we know how. Right, and we know the game, we got the knowledge, so it's now time for us to share that knowledge.
Facts.
Right, and so that's what we do.
And you make it easier because now you're providing the shortcut that we didn't have when we were there.
Right.
Yeah, and just the information.
Because I didn't need nobody to tell me when I was in school paying out-of-state fees, like, I don't really like this, and I ain't passing these classes because I don't want to be here. I just stopped going. And, like, other people just kept going because they wanted to get that financial aid check. I'm like, you know you won't have to pay that money back, fam. You trying to get this refund so you can get a laptop and a TV, but, like, you wasted your time and your money.
I remember that. Like, people was buying Nike shoes.
Pell grants, bro.
Oh, my God.
It
Kids,
was like,
they was like, oh, man, we in there.
it was like tax return time. Niggas be balling all
I
of a
don't know what
sudden.
it was. I don't know what it is now, but
It
when
just
I
be
was in
gone all of a
college,
sudden.
it was $5,000.
Yeah, it's about that much.
Still?
Yeah, it's still about that much.
$5,000
Yeah, you still get 5,000,
Yeah.
4,000.
Every
Yeah, you getting good
semester I'm
money.
over
It's
there.
like,
They'll give you that money, but like she said, you got to pay that.
gotta pay
thing.
that
The problem is,
Well, grants you have to pay back. Loans you got to pay back.
You got to pay for school, so you're getting the Pell Grant.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got to get that student loan. The student loan anybody can get because it's going to put you in debt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
niggas would get that money,
Oh,
buy
yeah.
a whole bunch of shit, and then not have money for their books.
And then niggas,
They just wasn't going to school.
and then,
I'm guilty.
But
I'm
you
sorry.
know what? But you graduated though. You graduated though.
But now I got the student loan. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to be like, you can get houses. I'm like, so do you have student loans? I'm like, yes, I have
Them
student
student
loans.
loans are crazy.
Shout out to that chick that would always let her borrow the book because you didn't have the money for the book,
Facts,
bro.
nigga. Like
You would always be in
That's
the back
another
class
thing.
talking to
They
that
charge
chick.
the books is like
Hey,
crazy expensive.
Think about how much it hurts to have a student loan and no degree though.
My
Come
God.
on now.
Hey, and you know what? But I
I know so many people like.
I think that's a good
That's
point.
real,
Hold
too.
on.
That's you?
Hold on.
That's
Hold on. Where we at?
Let me raise my
I didn't even know. Hold on.
But that shit,
Hold on.
But I don't got a lot because I stopped going. I was like, this
Yeah.
ain't for me. So I just stopped. But you still gotta pay the money.
But you
They
know
don't
what,
give
though?
yeah.
Damn.
I was waiting. It was too late.
They don't give a
You know, it's one thing that I want to bring up too that I did not learn until like maybe 2-3 years ago, that colleges have programs to get a certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to get a degree.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
true.
doing right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's some things like for me, like so since we're in business or whatever, I was looking at maybe doing like a class on like accounting or a class on, you know, maybe taxes or whatever like that, or like you know, I know like, you know, photo B's and like photography, video. I know there's like classes that will specialize on that where you don't have to actually take a full load of classes. You
Right.
can just go to just get that, you know, particular knowledge and
Right.
then you're done. So if there is something, you know, for some of the people that are listening are a little bit older, if there's something that aligns with what your career path is now,
Right.
you don't necessarily have to jump in and get a full degree. Maybe you just need the knowledge of what that might help you with your career now, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that don't need a degree,
Yeah.
but may need the knowledge on how to do certain things
Right.
in business
Yeah.
or
Right.
or in marketing or
Right.
whatever, and that's still a good resource.
Right.
You know what I
To
mean?
have, yeah.
And it's a good networking tool because
Right.
college really, honestly, you know, most of the reason why some of these parents pay so much money for
Is for
their
the
kids to go to
networks.
college is to network.
Network. That's
network.
key. Network.
network.
Yes.
That's
network.
really what
Network.
it is. 'Cause I know a lot of people that do well from Sac State have a really good network.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's
Because,
because we get the alumni emails. If you go to alumni dinners and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
bro, because you're invited there because you're an alumni,
Right.
right? So you get to meet other people,
Right.
And then so you know, shit, I graduated in 2013.
Okay.
So that was 8 years ago. Now people are just now 5 to 7 year mark. Their businesses are successful,
Yeah.
and they're making a bunch of money. And they have other connects, so now it's worth going.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the one advantage.
But that's what college is all about, though. Network. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're finding your passion and you're networking with everybody around you, right? Your professors, your classmates, all these are going to be in the same field with you. So you got to start rubbing shoulders. But that's why I'm saying that when you come to like a Sac State, which is a predominantly white institution, PWI, that a lot of times, y'all heard that terminology?
That is
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard
that
that
is
term.
a
Yeah.
the
never
Sacramento
heard
State
I've
Martin
never
Luther
heard of
King
that.
Scholars
You
Program
either went
term.
to a HBCU or you
Or
went
with
to a
the PWI. You
Got
know what
it.
I'm saying? So you go to PWI. That's why when you go in the classrooms, those white counterparts that are not showing you love, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I need that because this is my network.
Yeah.
Right? And so this is how we start going to a conversation of code switching. Right? Now we start acting like somebody else that we're not. Right? You know, we start pretending, you know, going to
Yeah.
these different lines and different like personalities.
I was just
And now that's another trauma that we're dealing with. Now we got to I have to be one way in my community and one way in the classroom.
See, but that's
Facts.
crazy because all of our
'Cause I have
lives,
to network, right? I have to connect.
all of our lives, we were told, or not told, but the vision of success was moving to the suburbs, was
Yeah.
moving to these spaces
I'm
of,
guilty.
of white people. You know what I mean? No, and then sending your kids to these white schools, but we don't ever think about the backlash or the mental aspect of that because now you're in a space where everything, whether it's consciously or subconsciously,
Yeah.
is anti-black.
Yeah.
So now you're having to be
Facts.
something
Right.
that you are not naturally in those spaces.
Yeah.
And even when you go to a job, like every job that I've been at, I've either been the only black employee
Facts.
or the only one or two in that space. So
Yes.
again, you are continually in spaces that you are not accepted.
Right, right.
That's how it
And
is
then
for me.
expected to flourish.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I know sometimes when I don't feel like going to work, it's just because I don't want to have to deal with that. Like, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like, I ain't got it in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What I did is I made sure my kids were going to black private schools.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
because I I wanted them to make sure that they were around other black people.
Yeah.
Obviously, because now they're learning their lineage, their heritage. They're learning the difference between the two cultures.
Yeah.
And then even though we like live in the burbs, they don't have that. They still have that cultural experience with black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got them on black football teams. Like I won't let them play sports outside of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Because they
good.
still have to be able to articulate, communicate. They have to understand, and so that's what we're supposed to do, right? You're
Yeah.
supposed to raise the bar for the generation after you, so
Yeah.
they can kind of see what's going on. Because, like you said, it's important because the code switching is everything.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I was here with my buddy George yesterday. We were talking about engineering, and he's a general foreman for Collins Electric, right? But he's been there for 15 years,
Dope.
and he's the only black GF in the whole company, right? They got 800 employees, and you're the only black
Yeah.
general foreman. You know what I'm saying? I'm running work for a company called Sprig. I'm the only black male
Yeah.
in the whole company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is.
That's a common thing for everybody around, right?
Yeah,
is.
but you
It
know,
is.
I will tell you what though, man. College kind of prepared me for that. So I learned how to, like you said, communicate and talk to them and befriend people that won't usually be on your side, right?
Yeah.
And then you learn how to kind of just be yourself, but you still have to show some constraints.
But that shouldn't be the
Yeah,
norm,
I mean-
though. That's the thing, though.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
it's
saying?
not, though.
That's what
because
I'm.
the reality of the United States is it's not for us. That's just
That's
what
true.
It is.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
They like other institutions shun historically black colleges, right? Remember, there was a point where you couldn't even transfer your units.
Yep.
To
You couldn't?
No.
There was
No,
a lot of
they
times
made
that
it-
units were because if it wasn't,
That's me.
you had to make sure it was comparable, and they felt like the classes weren't,
Weren't.
Turn that shit over
Weren't.
like a poker game.
Exactly.
which is some bullshit.
It is.
Bullshit for real.
It is. But they would definitely take the players and take the athletes and whatever and try to
100%
transfer them.
Yeah,
to them. So
100%.
I remember-
Because
I remember
you're
being in high
still
school.
a bag, bro. You're a bag. You are a bag. It's a business.
you are a commodity.
I remember being in high school and they told me not to go to HBCUs because the degree there would not count when I get back in California.
Yep.
It would not be equivalent.
That's crazy.
And I got
That's what I was
accepted
told.
to every
It's the
HBCU.
truth. It's the truth, though.
Every
Yeah.
single
No, I
one.
know.
They wanted me. They was like, yes, we want you here. Morehouse wanted me. Howard wanted me. And I was like, oh, can I go?
Scholarships,
They'll
everything.
give me money. They said, nope, don't go there.
Don't do
Listen,
it.
I'm
Don't do
gonna
it.
tell you,
I'm
I'm gonna tell
like,
you the truth because even my friends at work that graduated from Hampton or Morehouse
Yeah.
or those kind of colleges, they're only working in black institutions.
That's tough.
But that's, you know what? Honestly, that's a lie. Like, if you actually know people that are in like management positions and directors or whatever, honestly, it's crazy because if you got a paper, that's all they care about. They don't even give a damn what it's in a lot of the times. They be like, she got a degree in culinary arts. Like, this is not that type of position. Like,
Most-
they really don't care. They just want to
They
see
don't.
that you were dedicated to
Right,
it
discipline.
and you finished.
Yeah.
And that you was
I'm gonna tell you
disciplined.
how.
They
I'm
really
gonna
don't
tell you.
even
I'm gonna
care.
tell you how.
You're
I
right.
know that's
Yeah.
real
No, she's
because
right. Yeah, that's
you can't work at Hertz, Avis, or Budget
Even
rental
though I
car
would-
without a 4-year
Yeah.
degree, bro.
They don't
my
care what
That's
it's
true.
in.
That's true.
You can have a degree in
Yeah.
fine arts.
Yeah,
They
but
like,
then you're
come
doing
on.
something that you don't.
A 4-year
Yeah.
a 4-year degree to
Hurts.
Yeah.
Hertz to Budget.
I actually have a buddy like that who did
And they
that.
will
He-
take you over other candidates that actually have experience in the field, but you got a piece of paper.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's,
I've
it's
seen
the
it.
stick to itness, man. It's the discipline that they want. They want to
Yeah.
see that you're a disciplined.
They're gonna
person, that
finish.
You're gonna finish.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
don't see
I
something.
can
through.
trust you. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But now as you get older, then you know. Like you said, you learn the game.
You learn the
and,
game,
And the thing
yeah.
of it is that most people are playing a game that they don't know the rules to.
Right.
And then you're set up to lose. So
That's
Yeah.
why this is so.
It
dope.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
and we might have to have you back. Actually, no, we are gonna have to have you back because I know parents gonna have some questions.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get to
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the answer.
He's
Uh,
gonna be a hot topic. On
Oh
this.
yeah, absolutely. So you also have other ventures
Yes.
that you are involved in
Yes.
the community. So
Yes.
would you like to tell us a little bit more about those?
And actually, when y'all talk about that, y'all talk about mentorship. You talk about that
Yeah.
and with the importance of that,
Yeah.
right? And so what I did, I started a nonprofit organization that focused on that on an online platform called C.H.O.I.C E Mentoring Inc. And what we do, we help support students between 12 to 17 years old. And on the online platform, we're connecting with mentors that look just like them. Right, really trying to tap into their passion as early as possible. You know, I talked about that earlier. Like that's very important. Like being able to connect with someone who's doing the things that you want to do, or if you're interested in. Right. So, say if I'm 12 years old and I'm interested in being an art. Right, I'm 12, but I really don't know the game like that. I don't know how to really go about it. So I need to connect with someone. So this starts all the. I got y'all little goodies,
Got us
a
some
little
swag,
sticker,
man.
little swag here, little
Okay.
stickers.
Let's go on the laptop, bro.
Oh yeah.
Information.
Put that
Let's
laptop for that.
studio laptop.
Yeah. Promote that for me, man. And it's just another opportunity for our students just to be, like I said, connected, and then also get the resources and information too. So we're also providing workshops, financial wellness workshops, home ownership, academic support. I think that's really
Those are
big.
the things that we're really good
That's-
at, bro.
that's
We
what's
should.
up.
We're gonna lock
That
in.
no,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is
We gonna lock in,
genius,
man.
and we were talking off air. Is genius because
Yeah.
in the day and age with the pandemic, obviously we could have been using it before, but it made us use technology.
Oh, yeah,
better.
yeah.
So now it's like instead of you having to go out and find a mentor, there's a one centralized place,
Exactly.
and then you can do it via Zoom or
Via
video
Zoom,
conference or
via
whatever,
chat.
where
Yep.
then you can have better access to. Because most of those people that are mentors have limited time.
Yeah.
So now that frees them up to be able to maybe mentor more
Right,
people
right.
and get to more kids in a shorter
A short amount of time.
More
Yeah.
access.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because online, because I was just thinking too, like a lot of the young people that I deal with, it's really hard for me to like be in that space,
get to 'em, yeah.
right? So, but if they can shoot me emails or we can video chat or conference like that, I can help out a lot.
That's
Right.
genius,
That
man.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of that came from the idea because I've been, like I said, I've been in the field for 15 years. I have so many different mentees. They ask me a lot of questions, and I can't answer all of them. Like, I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know people that do.
Right.
Right. I've been blessed and honored to be around spaces where people are doing amazing things. That people that look just like me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know a black doctor.
Yeah.
I know a black engineer.
That's
I
what
know
we
a guy
do,
who works
right?
at
We
Facebook.
bring-
No, I know
we-
these
you know
people.
what I'm
They
saying?
don't know this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So how can I connect them? So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this would be a best way to do
Genius.
it.
Genius idea, I'm telling you.
That was the whole purpose when we were talking about having the financial workshops, the nutrition workshops, and
Yeah.
having all these different things, because those are the areas in which we lack. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
genius. And honestly,
good.
just on air, I'm gonna just say it on air. We were obviously with COVID has derailed, but we were trying to do live events where we are able to connect the community with people in those fields anyway.
Oh, okay.
So
We've
we
been
were gonna
planning
do
on
like
it.
a barbecue. We were gonna
Yeah,
do all that
yeah,
just to
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
So we definitely gonna have to connect and do something
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, it's
Sure.
important though. It's important,
It's-
and
it's everything.
it's a visualization of what you see though. It's representation, right? Because what I see on a daily basis, right? In my whole life, I never really saw a black teacher. You know what I'm saying? Only black engineer I saw was my dad, right? And that's my only person I seen growing up. But I have so many buddies who did not have that opportunity, didn't see black fathers in that role model, right? I have a buddy who literally works for Facebook right now, is a electric engineer. He's only an engineer because he saw my dad be an engineer.
That's powerful.
I'm-
Yeah.
We
I'm
were
only
just
that-
you know
right?
you know what's crazy
Yeah.
is that the
Yeah.
beginning, even though we were kind of playing around, how we started the podcast is actually exactly what you're just saying.
Facts.
So we were saying that if there was no Jordan, nobody would be wearing 23.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, it takes one person to show that it's possible.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I
And
like
then
that.
once people see it's possible, then it's easy
everybody
for people to
could-
say,
I like
okay,
that.
hey, now I got to hope that I can do it.
I'ma steal that one.
But if
That's
nobody
good.
sees,
That's what we started.
if nobody sees a black doctor, nobody sees a black teacher, nobody sees a black engineer,
Yeah.
then it's harder to grasp the fact that it's possible because you don't see it.
You don't see yourself in it.
And you only can see. Usually, you would limit the possibilities that you feel like you can achieve
Right.
based on what you
Right.
see or what you're around.
Right.
So again, man, that's
Yeah.
that's
But
genius.
it's absolutely right, because I've sent, I would say over the last 10 years, I've sent a dozen people to the trades, right? And I helped get them prepped, and I was like, all right, man, you want to do something with your life? You don't like school? Well, I can help you get a job. I can send you to the trades. You're still gonna go to school, but you're gonna get paid right away. And then when you get out of there, you're gonna make $40, $50 an hour. You know what I mean? You stick around. So, but there's not a lot of people that are black that are there. Like in my whole career, from Chico to San Francisco, I would say I probably worked with 20 or less different black men. You know what I mean? In 15, 16 years. You know what
And
I'm
there's
saying?
not a lot of black people telling you to go that route.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why when people are like, I don't know what to do with my life, I'm like, bro, okay, look.
So
Let's go down to the apprenticeship, and then let's get you. I give them the course material because you got to test it in, obviously. So I set them up online to get the courses, to show them the study courses. It's $32. $32 you can get in and change your whole life.
See, because it's
You know what I
possible
mean?
though, and
Yeah.
you have the tangible results to show them. Like
Yeah.
this is the path I went at, and these are the results that came
Yeah,
from
and
it.
then so now one of the guys I got in 6 years ago, he just built his first house.
Yeah, see,
Damn.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
Like he just built his house out
Black
off a grant line, bro.
Wow.
even with Photo B. So I know that you're an
$600,000.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I know you're an entrepreneur. So did you have mentors or whatever, like people that showed you, kind of helped you along the way
Man,
to make it
his
seem like that's
pop,
possible?
he lived with his
Well,
mentor.
I know, man. I'm trying to get a man an answer. I'm trying to get him out of you.
I thought you were asking like you didn't know. I'm like, yeah, this nigga, we see it.
Somewhat.
Okay.
He's like, I didn't give my dad no credit.
He didn't help at all.
Outside of Pops, there was like a few, but not to the point to where it's like a lot of it just ended up being just because I was working with them. There was a few photographers who
You know what I'm thinking about?
There was a few photographers I used to look up to, and then
what happened?
And then I pretty much said fuck them because there was a lot of shit when it came to working with somebody who had a funny way about paying people and expectations and shit like that. So
You want to say his name? Her name?
it was a few people, so it's not a. It's
Their
it's-
name?
Let's see.
You gonna say
But look, even in that, you still learned.
Nah, because
it
one
was
of the
still,
niggas came on here lightweight, heavyweight disrespectful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
shit.
look, but even in that, it was still education, whether it was wrong or not. But what I'm saying is, obviously, that you had that your dad was an example that helped you show that it was possible to do what you're doing now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that's all of us.
Yeah.
Because man, when I talked to your pop, I was like, okay, now I get it. When I talked to your dad,
Yeah.
that dude's sharp.
Right, but like I know some of the kids you probably see
They don't see that.
They don't have it.
They don't have that.
the-
I'm
they
telling you,
don't have-
I'm in the community all the time, and in the off South Sac, the North.
Yeah.
These kids don't have that representation.
facts.
You know, so what they I always get the comment, what do you want to do in your life? I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a football player. I want to be a rapper. I rap.
That's what they
That's
see.
just
I
what we
rap.
see.
I rap.
Because
I
that's
rap.
what
I
they
rap.
see.
That's
I
what
know
they
you
see.
rap.
I rap.
I know. I know you
Let me
rap.
hear what you got.
I know. I know you rap.
Let me hear what you
Yeah,
got. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds good. That sounds good, bro.
Because
That's
then you got
this is constantly like,
because that's where Photo B and I are a lot of times. We work with a lot of rappers and stuff, right?
Okay.
So like,
Oh, God.
but look, shut up,
Here
bro.
we go.
This nigga, 'cause it's almost like we got telepathy at this point. This nigga's in my head all the time. But we have to be those critics sometimes because they find he has a level of success. They find I have a level of success.
Right.
Everybody wants to do it.
Right,
But
right.
then you have to come back and be like, hey, I know you're a rapper, but these rappers had a whole bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
They had a whole bunch of influence. They had a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to rap.
Right,
But
right.
What else can
you do?
Yeah.
Let me expose you to something else. It's not only rap. I mean, rapping is not the only occupation out here. But believe me, it's not.
Everybody want to be a rapper or have a clothing line.
Clothing line.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, bro,
clothing
we don't
line.
need no
I
more.
see another shirt
Hey,
company. I'm like,
We don't need no more t-shirts.
t-shirts. Which is, I mean, some of them got some good
Man,
designs.
There's some dope streetwear.
There's
for
I see
sure.
the
I'm wearing
designs.
one
It's
of
just,
them.
I'm like,
I'm wearing some. You know what I mean?
That's one of the.
I
I
definitely
just
wear
wish
black
we
on.
would
Rare
branch
few-
out.
That's
a
what I
little
wanted
bit
to do.
more.
I wanted to
Diversify.
branch out more. And we
Diversify.
have so
Hey,
many
look,
opportunities.
man, a word to the wise, if you want to win in the t-shirt game, buy the screen printing tee and charge all these niggas making
Yeah,
t-shirts.
yeah. My boy was
Everybody
telling me
be
about
like-
that too.
So everybody be
That's how
like,
you win.
support black business. But I'm like, I don't need no t-shirt, though. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to support black business, but can we get some other?
Other businesses. Yeah.
No, a $25 t-shirt when I can go to Burlington and get one for $6. I'm just saying. Like,
No, but what you said is smart though, because people got to think about, okay, maybe I should not do the business. Maybe I should do the mechanics behind the business. So I may not want to be a rapper. Maybe I should learn to be an engineer.
or a producer,
yeah.
or a writer, or somebody. You don't have to be the spotlight. But that's the same ideology that you and I play stocks and cryptos with, right?
Yeah.
We buy the stock, and then we buy the company that owns the stock. We buy both.
Okay.
Or the
right?
sector,
or
or
the
looking to
sector,
see
or
what.
onto
Yeah.
what because you have to think. Okay, you have to be able to think layers deep into really what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't make t-shirts. I just know that everybody who starts a business starts with
Needs
Right.
some type of screen
t-shirts.
printing.
So
Yeah.
if you have the screen printer, then you're the guy like,
That
okay,
is
bring
good
me your
also, yeah.
t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna pay for the ink, and then I'm gonna charge you on top of that. And
Right.
you're busy all year long
Right.
making t-shirts that aren't getting sold.
Or like what we were saying,
That's
what we were saying on that episode is that all these black businesses need help with trying to fulfill orders or shipping. So maybe you should get into shipping,
bulk
delivering,
shipping, yeah.
the logistics side of it, and then see if you can partner with them. There's
So many different
multiple
avenues.
other plays off of other businesses that you can do
Yeah.
that you can
Yeah.
probably be a little bit more effective at,
Yeah.
because if multiple people are doing the same thing in that field,
Yeah.
Facts.
it's more competitive.
Most
you
of
know?
us,
Facts.
most of us like to be the face of what it is. That's really what it is. It's a little bit of ego and it's a little bit I want to be. The reason why I do so well in music, and the reason why Q does so well in music, the reason why Photo B does so well in photography is because we're all background players.
Yeah.
Even though I'm producing and writing most of the songs or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't have to be the nigga in the video. I don't want to be seen, but I do
He
know.
ain't Diddy.
but
Trying to be on the
but
You
when I-
don't want to come to Reverb. You don't want to be all up in the videos.
but I do know that if I play piano better,
Yeah.
and I'm in a studio, I can go to any studio session, whether it be like the song we did for Tech or Yuck or
Yeah.
whoever, and I got a position.
See, but the
Yuck
problem
Mouth-
is because
Yuck Mouth
people
still
want
rapping?
people want to
Yuck
I
Mouth
just did a
still
song with Yuck Mouth, Tech Nine, and Bone
He's
Thugs,
still
bro.
rapping?
Like
Damn.
people of the year.
people want to put
crazy.
in, people want to put in minimal work and get maximum return.
That's facts.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of what it boils down to. And like we were talking about, most people don't see anybody in that field,
Yeah.
so they're going to gravitate to what they already see has been possible.
And
So-
I mean, a lot of it is finances too. They want to make money.
Oh, yeah,
so they see that. I
absolutely.
mean, if I come from the dirt poor, I mean, I'm trying to make money for my family and for my mom. And I'm trying to
Exactly.
get home. So
And we don't
I
have
know
the
that this is
resources.
the avenue that
Yeah,
I
we
can.
don't have the same resources. That's true.
It's like the people
So I
selling
get it.
barbecue plates. Like everybody's selling barbecue.
You know
Everybody's
what?
selling crab
And
legs.
if it helps you, I'm not mad at that.
I'm not either, but the competition is really, really thick.
Well,
when
you're
you
going to have to
start
do
getting
some
into
different
that.
things. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Just
like-
be more creative with
like
the marketing.
like the
Yeah.
empanadas, right? Like,
I feel like
empanadas
I feel like
are
it's
good.
enough
Those
for
are hella
everybody.
good.
There is.
It's always enough.
Just you got to just be a little bit more creative, and again, maybe studying some marketing tools that
Yeah.
get you to
Because
stand
I
out.
said the
Know your
same
audience.
thing when
Know
I
your
started.
audience.
Photo
Exactly.
B has no competition.
audience.
He is the competition.
He is.
But there's a lot of photographers photographers out here, but people
Yeah, but there's only
they
one
don't
him.
do it exactly. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Like
I
I'm
gotta
like,
see your work,
I
man.
could put out
They
the
hyping you up, man.
I could put out the
No,
same
he does
videos as
all-
somebody
he does
else.
everything.
Okay,
But
I
it's
gotta
my
see this.
personality
They fly
that
him
people
out to New York.
gravitate
Yeah,
towards.
exactly.
It's me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You-
So
well,
it's
that's
different.
true. That's why I chose cheesecake.
It's the same shit.
Because I have a monopoly
You
in
do.
that bakery business.
You do.
Nobody else is.
Nobody else.
Wait, what do you mean by cheesecake?
Well, we have a cheesecake baking business, bro. We do all kinds.
He's Jamaican, man. He got like 10
Ah,
different
yeah.
salads.
Listen, bro, you can't buy all
forgot
these
about that.
You can't buy all these houses.
Jamaicans
with
love
one.
working.
You can't buy all these houses with one.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure you out, man. You tell me all these different companies you got going on. Like, he's a music producer. He's on
hey, bro.
5 homes.
Listen,
He
bro,
got
like,
cheesecake.
He has blessed hands.
Bless hand. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
All right, man. So, how can we connect with you, man? All this good information. How
Mm-hmm.
can we get a hold of you? And
Yeah,
you also, I don't think you said it. You also work for the Sacramento Black Chamber of Commerce as well.
This nigga talking about I got hella jobs.
Yeah.
I'm Liberian, man. I'm with you.
He's Jamaican light.
Jamaican light.
Jamaican light.
Come on, man.
The light version. Only got 3 jobs. You got 7 to 8.
So yeah, how can we get more information? How can we connect with you? Also, your the Sacramento Black Chamber of Commerce has an event.
So I work for the Sacramento Black Chamber of Commerce. I work part-time as a program coordinator, and I work for, we're doing a program, a scholarship program for students between 16 and 23 years old. It's an entrepreneurship program. And so for 4 months, we're going to teach them the game. We're going to teach them how to market, how to get your target audience. You're going to learn about mission and vision, right? And then you're actually going to get a scholarship for that, for college.
Nice.
And so it's called the Young Leadership Collaborative Scholarship Program.
Okay.
And so what's the best way to get in contact? I'll say just go to the website.
Okay.
It's sacblackchambers.org.
And we're gonna put that in the description.
Yeah, put that in. Yeah, it's sacblackchambers.org.
Okay.
You can see the application on there. It's called the Young Leadership Collaborative. So, any students out there, anybody that's interested to be a part of that.
16 to 23.
16 to 23.
And when's the deadline?
The deadline to apply is October 11th.
So if y'all listening, y'all got some time.
Yeah, October 11th. You got like a month. Oh, yeah, it's a month, right?
Yeah,
It's
about
9/11. Yeah. So a month. So we also can follow us on social media.
Okay.
So let's look at the social media handle.
They can search. They got Google.
Yeah. So I got a social media.
What happened? Okay.
What? Oh, yeah. You can follow us on social media. You can follow us. You can go to the website.
Yeah, 'cause I would assume that the website has the links to the social
Yeah.
media. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Let me see here. YLC.
So if
So
y'all
YLC.Sacramento. That's
Okay.
the Instagram that one.
YOC
YLC.
YLC
Young
dot
Leadership.
Sacramento. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely get connected that way. So we're doing that for our youth, and then we're also doing for our parents called a Parents Advocacy Program. And so we partnered up with Fortune schools. I don't know if y'all know about the Fortune schools out here. Yeah, okay. So my son goes to a Fortune school, and so he goes.
Which one is
Hazel Mahone, the one right up here.
Oh, you might know my kids.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. He's in 5th grade. So.
Oh yeah, mine in 3rd.
Yeah. So we'll partner with Fortune, and we're doing an advocacy program where we're teaching parents how to advocate for charter schools. And so this program is just an opportunity for our parents to get educated, know about the city council meetings, know how to go through different procedures and steps. Because a lot of times what's happening with the charter schools, they're trying to get rid of them because they don't like what the mission is. Right? The mission is really to focus on your own curriculum, your own students, right? And with public curriculum, they want to make it very broad, right? History, science, or whatever, but they don't want charter school to have that control. So a lot of times they force certain bills.
Yeah.
And so for parents, they don't know about that, so we try to educate them on that.
Yeah,
So
Hazel Mahone is good at like having bulletins. And
yeah. So
that
yeah,
kind of stuff we see
yeah.
about
The whole Fortune school. I mean, Margaret
Yeah.
Fortune is dope, man.
Yeah.
And her idea of just creating these schools for our students is amazing.
Yeah.
and
So
they're blackity black.
Black. Yeah. So we gotta show love. So we want to educate our parents as much as possible. So we have a program.
That's dope.
That's when we'll start in November. And so we have key leaders that are going to be there presenting and helping out our parents.
And that's on what day again?
So that actually starts in November.
Okay.
And so we're going to start doing recruiting in that in October.
Okay.
So you can also look at that on the website as well, SacBlackChambers.
Got it. I'm assuming you got to apply for that or
You
whatever.
got to apply for that. Yes.
Okay.
You got to apply for that, go through an interview process and all that. We want to make sure that people want to do it. And
So we'll definitely make sure we shoot all that out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for the 16 to 23 scholarship application for the entrepreneur and for the parent thing, I
Yes.
think both are key.
Right.
And probably should partner up and do both. if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can.
I was just listening and I'm like, these networking events that we want to do with
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also you guys got a women's business conference. for the
Yeah, I don't
Sacramento?
know too much about the women's one.
'Cause I know that's not the division.
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
in.
So we got different divisions. So I just focus on the YLC, but we do have a women's conference that's coming up in November. So you can look up that as well on the website.
Yeah, so all the women that listen to the pod, we got a lot of women
there you
that
go.
listen.
Yeah.
If y'all want to get into a business conference and network and get out there, because obviously COVID has cut it down for a lot of people, but if you go to the Black Sacramento Chamber of Commerce, that event, I think it's October 14th. I think for the women's.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I gotta look. Yeah.
Okay, so just check it out.
But even y'all should even sign up for the Sat Black Chambers Commerce, man. Like y'all, I mean, this is the opportunity. What it is definitely the opportunity for us to educate the businesses out here in Sacramento, and also just give them the game, right? And network. So.
Can podcast sign up? Can we do that?
Yeah, y'all can sign up, man.
Oh, we gonna sign up.
Yeah,
Okay,
sign up. Yeah. So everybody out there who got a small business.
going viral.
Yeah, there you go. Go to sacblackchambers.org and sign up, man. And definitely know Aziza is amazing. Aziza Goins, she's the coordinator of the whole program, and she's been doing this for the past 20, 30 years, just really helping out
He's
entrepreneurs.
got all the grown man
Okay.
connects.
Yeah, maybe we can even get her on the pod.
teach
Oh,
what I mean?
Aziza will love it.
Talk about black business. That'll be
Oh,
nice.
she will love that.
Oh,
Since
yeah,
she
that's
is-
dope.
Yeah.
She will
Since
love it.
she
And
is
she
black
has,
business.
I get game from her every Friday.
Oh, we're going to have her on.
I get major gems every time.
gonna
I
have
just
her on.
sit there and just soak it all
Soak
in.
it up. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
there
when she
with your-
comes here,
your
y'all gonna just sit like,
Yeah.
damn. You know what I'm saying? That's how she is,
I'm
man.
here
She's a real
for it.
queen, real queen.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
here
We
for
gonna
it.
go ahead and get that started.
Yeah.
So man, we want to thank man. This was dope. Fire
Oh, yeah,
episode.
so,
Man.
yeah,
we
it's
want to thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Straight to the point.
Then gave us game and put us on.
And put us on.
Put us on.
And brought swag. Hey,
yeah.
hey, for the guests that are listening,
I'm gonna have to do something.
This
for
is
future
it right here.
for future guests,
Yes.
bring the swag.
Bring the swag. He done brought us backpacks.
I got more in the car too, so I got y'all. I can
Oh,
go
yeah.
get some more for y'all.
No,
I didn't know how
no,
many
you
people
about to
did. I
come
thought it
back.
was just me and Rob. I didn't know it had a whole.
No, you about to
He had a whole
come back.
crew.
You about to
He
come
didn't
back.
really explain like that. I was like,
I apologize.
See, I didn't know what I was pulling up
Yeah,
on.
I don't know what I pull
But
up.
now that we here.
Now that
Yeah.
we here.
You know that one group member that's like, I did all the work.
Okay.
Give me an A.
Look, man.
The Bobby Brown.
It's
The
like,
Bobby.
He's a busy
okay,
man.
Otis, I see how you do
All right, Otis.
Okay,
Nobody came to
Beyonce.
see you, Otis.
Okay, Beyonce.
Look, he was a busy man. I was just trying to get him to the pod.
I ain't mad.
I'm trying to hook him, then we can book him after that.
Hook
Hook him and book him. Nah, man, we appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate y'all, man.
I know you got a busy Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
You got time for the Drake, or you?
No, let's talk about the Drake.
Let's
'cause
do the
I
Drake.
definitely listened to it last. Yeah.
Okay.
So before you get out of here, we want to talk about this new certified lover board. Highly, highly anticipated. We've been waiting on this for how long now?
At least a year.
At least a year. Finally dropped after Donda.
After Donda.
he did that on
So-
purpose too.
So before we get into it, let's first of all, which one do you think is better, CLB or Donda? Let's start there.
I haven't listened to Donda yet.
What?
No.
Donda's fine.
You sound like me.
You listen to Donda?
Yeah,
Who's
it's
listened
Donda.
to it?
I listened to Donda.
I didn't listen to all
Okay.
of Donda.
Yeah.
So whoever's listened to Donda, which one do you think is better?
I'm just a more Drake fan right now than I am a Kanye West fan. Kanye West, he still has some fire hits on there. It was a long album though. You know what I'm saying?
26 songs.
It was 26 songs.
You're
It was
like,
a
okay,
long,
Chris
yeah.
Brown.
It was a long one, but I did like it. It had a good vibes on it. I think
It was a lot of Jesus.
a lot of Jesus, and you kind of see his transition of what he's doing in his life. You know, he's trying to like reach the culture, but also he's spiritually trying to connect more to.
He wants to be Kendrick so bad.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because Kendrick drops gospel lines in every song.
He
all the
does,
time.
yeah.
So which one do you think is better?
It is hard.
Yeah, well, because it's two different vibes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. yeah.
for me, content wise, I'm gonna say Drake's album's better, but production wise, that Donda album's killing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I would agree with you.
I say his
I'm not
promotion.
with you.
I say his promotional game was dope.
Who?
Kanye.
I wouldn't say it was
That,
dope.
that was
You're
dope.
crazy.
It was extra.
That's
Crazy.
that
To make
was
14 million
genius.
off of
I didn't even
listening?
drop the album yet. and I'm-
14 mil. So I would say Kanye West production is
Amazing.
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Drake kind of just gave us a regular South
Yeah.
sounding.
Drake. It was Drake.
Yeah, it was a Drake album.
It was a Drake album.
But Drake always Drakes. So you listen
Like,
to that.
but I get it though. I
get what
understand.
he's
I like how
saying.
he's
I
saying.
get what
though.
he's saying.
So you listen to Drake and you're like, damn man, I lightweight hate my chick. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Or you listen to Drake.
That's what you heard?
Yeah, and then,
That's what you heard?
That's
That's
what
real
you
shit to
got
deal with.
from
Like,
God.
and then you're like,
I hate my.
and
I
then,
don't know how he
and
got
then you
that.
listen to Drake again, and then you're like, life's good.
No,
man.
yeah.
You know, Drake.
Photo
Drake,
P.
Drake.
Overall, how'd you feel about the C.O.B album?
I liked it. I fucked with it. Like it's definitely
It's Drake.
It's definitely Drake.
Yeah, it's a
It's
Drake.
definitely Drake.
It's a Drake
Like it's
album,
not
yeah.
something that was like listening to him was like, damn, this I didn't expect this. It's
It,
Drake.
it wasn't
Yeah.
overly impressive.
Yeah.
It was Drake.
Yeah. But it was better than the last album though.
So you like the Drake album better than Donda?
I liked exactly
What he said. Okay.
Yeah,
Production.
the production on Donda.
The
was
content,
crazy.
the content for CLB,
Better.
loved it.
Better, yeah.
But the production was
Production
better
on Donda.
If Drake would have
I
did the
like that
production
shit.
on Donda,
Oh my
holy
god.
shit. This is why they need to be friends. Because
Yeah.
Drake could do Donda production.
No, he want to boop de scoop de scoop on
Booty-
the songs that's supposed to be for Drake.
I got a question. What
Boopity
is,
scoop.
what's this whole thing about not listening to features on the tracks?
What do you mean?
Like,
Oh,
you
no,
Oh
listen
yeah, that's
to
been like
the-
the little
like, you don't
swag
take-
now.
there's no
Yeah, big
features.
style.
It's kind of
Don't take features
narcissistic
anymore.
to me.
Yeah.
when
Well, I'm
artists
sorry.
do
Who
that
said?
shit.
I'm sorry. What's
What-
the
So
song?
a lot of albums, like a lot
They're
of
not putting the features anymore.
yeah, a lot of albums, even songs in general, they don't even put the features.
don't
They'll just-
like
Even though they have futures, they don't put the name
I
on there.
don't like
Exactly.
that shit.
I know that.
On what I listen to, I see all the
No,
features.
no, Donda had no features.
Yeah,
Either
no,
they-
Oh,
either
on
they-
Donda's. I
Yeah,
got
but
you.
it was
CLB.
futures on there though.
CLB didn't either.
No, CLB
Yes, it
did.
did.
Yeah, it did.
Not on Apple.
Yes,
I don't
it
think
did.
I
What are you
didn't. I
talking
don't
about?
remember. I
Because
don't
I got
remember.
You
Apple,
know
fam.
Apple.
Oh, let me know.
You know how you
I don't know
You
what
say you got
Apple
a,
you
you
I
say you got
saw
an
it.
Android.
To me, that was actually.
Featuring Lil Baby,
Okay,
featuring
okay.
Lil
My
Durk,
bad, my bad,
featuring
my bad,
Jay-Z.
my
So
bad,
it
my
might have
bad.
just been
Yeah.
Donda. Maybe it was just
It was
Donda.
Might have
definitely
just been
Donda.
his album.
But I have noticed that though. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
the
though. Other
iPhone
albums have
14.
been doing that same thing. They
Okay.
haven't listened to futures. I don't know why.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but Donda, he Kanye, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that you can have somebody work their ass off on your project, especially as feature heavy as
yeah,
Kanye's
yeah.
album was. It was hella features. Vori,
But okay,
Meek
so
Mill's artist, he was on 11 of the 26 songs.
so
Maybe it's the shock factor they wanted. Maybe they'd be like, we don't know who's going to be on the track, so I'm
that way you
listening
listen to the whole
listen,
track.
They'd be like, listen to the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I
And then you got to go do research.
yeah, dude.
Could be.
I feel
Rather
like
you already seen it. I know with me, when I go through the albums, I definitely go to the ones that have features, the people that I like, and then I go through the whole album again.
Got it.
Oh, so he
So I'm-
made you listen to
So
it.
he made.
Yeah,
you
so
listen to
this
the
time
album.
I had to listen to the whole thing to really understand what was going on.
I got you.
yeah, I feel like you gotta at least pay extra to not list my name in the features.
That's facts.
not listen
No,
to
that's facts. 'Cause
Yeah,
not gonna
hell
put my
yeah.
name
If
on
I'm
it
on, if I'm on this track
'Cause
and
if we're-
my name isn't like,
as soon
Oh,
as
because
somebody,
marketing
like,
wise,
keeps saying the
okay,
feature,
yeah.
If somebody
Pay
takes
more.
off that Rajeo or that Dramatics tag in the
Yeah.
front, I need a bag.
Well, that's
Yeah.
different though. He's just saying
I
not
need a
listed
bag.
Like on the
on
title.
the title.
yeah, on the
Yeah,
title.
but he's saying, but you can still ask for more money to not listen.
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
name not being seen, so
Probably
you can't
could,
really.
but-
I don't know who it is.
Shoot,
because
the
when
man
you,
left off Chris Brown off the album, so I mean, I don't think he.
Maybe what Big Soldier said he need to catch
And
hands.
Big Soldier got left off too.
Draco.
I would have left him
Drake.
off. After listening to his verse, I would have left him off. too.
Yeah,
Yeah, did you hear that shit?
I didn't listen to the track, but I know it was probably whack.
It was terrible.
I think I said the same shit. I would have done one
Listen,
too.
I probably did the
if
same
you can't
thing.
list Andre 3 Stacks on your album, bro, then Soldier Boy should never have made it. You
That's
know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's
Because
true.
that was probably the hardest verse on the entire Donda album. was
But you know what?
3 Stacks.
Yeah.
And then he didn't make it. And then they took
But I'm
off
glad.
the Baby's verse, too.
But I think
You said
he
you did.
did it
Did he? I thought he
because
kept
of-
it on
Oh,
jail
did he?
two. On jail
Oh,
part two.
it is
Jail
part
part
2.
two.
Yeah, part two. Yeah, jail part two. Yeah.
But he did it. I think he took it off because.
Oh, he took
of
it
what-
off and he put it back on. I think.
Because of what he said to Drake.
Because yeah.
Yeah, that's pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
I
gonna do
don't.
it.
And I didn't like how he did it because.
He
obviously
ruined
Andre
Andre's.
Well, Andre 3000 did not know that that's what he was going to say on that track either.
That's why I don't let
So,
people diss niggas on my record.
and he's like the most peaceful person that
Yeah.
want to be involved in no drama at all.
At
So for you
all.
to do that on his track, on the track you asked him to be on, I think.
3 Stacks is so peaceful that he left Erykah Badu.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought.
That's what I'm just saying.
So what'd you think about it?
You know what? It was a good album. I think kind of what everybody kind of saying. Everybody expected that from Drake, so it was like if I had the same thing, I think it was due. It was a good Drake album. It's not his best, but it's not whack by any means. It was
Yes.
a good album.
that's
It
good
was. I think the one thing for me that I have a challenge with is listening to newer albums in a new mind frame because I'm so used to listening to albums from the past that have a certain structure or that are kind of more sonically cohesive. The first half of his album sounded more like a playlist.
Yeah.
And then right when Into Deep hit with the Soul Throat, from there on out, that sounded more like an album.
That's it. But this is the thing. I call this Views Part 2 because that's exactly how Views was. Like
It
Views,
was more like a
literally
playlist.
at the beginning was like an R&B.
Yeah.
And then at the end, all of a sudden, he was just gassing.
Yeah.
Like, and he literally did the same thing.
Yeah.
But Views
That's
was
what I'm saying,
received
the
a
Drake
lot.
album.
Views was received a lot better because it's the first time we had that.
I was like, nigga, this is
Well,
Views
and I
Jr.
think Views even said it was more like a playlist.
Yeah.
So I think when you listen to it more in that realm or that mind frame, I think
Yeah.
you're able to digest it better. Because I was looking for more like a cohesive album that you know what I mean. But again, Drake is Drake. Drake is the best.
If I'm gonna be a step further in this, Nas' album better than both their albums. King's Disease.
Oh yeah. Nas is
King's
a
Disease
legend.
2
Yeah.
when-
Yeah.
when-
See, but
It
I'm
was
biased,
fire.
so I can't. As an album, I believe it is.
No, as an album, however you want to listen.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, but the same
Whatever
way,
level you wanna put
same
it.
way,
Nas
same
is a
way,
better album.
same way that Steph loves Drake, I love Nas. So I would probably say that about anybody. But I understand what you're saying.
But sonically, cohesively,
Man.
content-wise, and production-wise,
Man.
it was just better than
But
Nas
Drake's album, it was a dope album. I liked the one thing that I think was missing that I haven't heard from Drake in a long time is his transparency and being vulnerable. And right off the bat on the Champagne,
Wait, you say you haven't heard that?
haven't heard it more or less from him from the beginning. Because that's what people fell in love with Drake with.
Yeah.
Was his
Vulnerability.
being,
Yeah,
so
Sensitivo.
it kind of he kind of got more into the now I'm rich, I'm successful, kind of the
He
I
ain't
think
listened to
that
the
you.
album.
He said he
ain't
was saying.
listened to that.
So hold on, he has 2 tracks on there that he's dissing Kanye on.
Okay, 2, nigga.
No.
20,
But
like
what I'm
20
saying
some
is,
songs
but on
there.
that song, on a lot of the songs that he's rapping about, it's not bragging, it's not bodacious, it's not. Oh, I'm ahead of you
Literally-
niggas, and I'm above you
My mom's
niggas. I'm
only
looking
5'2".
down.
He never really been like that.
Literally
though.
literally on one of his songs, he said, "This is my life. I'm just rapping about it."
That's
like,
what I just said. The Champagne poetry track.
No, I'm talking about TSU.
TSU. I'm saying on the
She
shit.
like that
I'm saying
TSU.
right off the
Bruh,
bat.
it's multiple.
Listen, nigga.
I listened to the whole
Drake-
album and read
Drake's
all
like
the
that
lyrics.
Drake cried on his video, okay?
Like,
No, I
No,
get it.
that's what I'm saying.
But what I was saying, but what I was saying,
Like,
I
he
said-
cried in the
no,
video.
no,
You didn't listen
listen,
to the
you're not
album,
listening to me. I said he gave
like,
it to
what?
us right off
But
the
that's
bat.
good
I'm
marketing,
saying on this
though.
project
That's
he
good.
did.
He's
I'm
playing-
saying that I haven't heard it from him in a while, but on this
But see,
this
using
album,
what everybody's
that
talking
he
about
got
him,
more
and
to
using
that.
that as
that
a
he
But
got
you
back-
saying that
Hell yeah.
that you haven't seen and you didn't see it with this album.
No. Okay, maybe let me clear it up. What I'm saying is that in the past, before this album,
Okay.
that I haven't heard
Okay.
that Drake in a while. And I said, and on this album, he gave it to it right off the bat on the first track.
Okay,
This is
I
what it
missed it
sounds
'cause
like
I'm
when you
sitting here
argue
like,
with a Drake
bruh.
stand.
No,
No
I'm not arguing.
transparency.
No.
Did you listen to the album, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
you
saying the
have
first
offended
track
her.
that I think.
I was confused.
No, what I'm saying is that I think he heard what we were saying, so he gave it to us right off the bat. That because I think on the first track he was saying that how he feels empty, that he feels like that he lost his soul a little bit. So yeah, I like hearing that from Drake because at this point of your career, you're successful. So now what does that look like to you? Because we heard you when you were hungry. We heard you when you had the BlackBerry. Now you're successful.
He said BlackBerry.
The BlackBerry.
Took it back.
Dig a back.
Yeah. But that's what we fell in love with.
Oh, yeah.
But now we want to. What issues are you dealing with now?
I think for me, it definitely was. You could tell it was a pandemic album. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of albums is feeling like that because it's like you literally locked up in the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we went through so much through this pandemic. I feel like you kind of see it in the music because it was so transparent. Like, people getting to reminiscing and thinking back on, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it really gave that. And I feel like the thing about Drake's albums is they always gonna give you a nostalgia. And I feel like he knows what he's doing because our generation really appreciates nostalgia. And he's very strategic with his samples and everything because we love that. That's why they're doing so many reboots because our people flock to nostalgic shit. So
youngsters don't know shit.
Exactly. So he know when he
They
doing
hear the beat, they be like, that's a new beat. Like,
when that TSU dropped, first of all, I went to TSU. So you already know. When I seen TSU, I was like, oh, I can't wait to get to that one. But when that TSU dropped,
Yeah, it was
and
dope.
he had sampled that NSYNC sale, and I was like, not NSYNC. Not NSYNC.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga know me.
Well, even in the video for the Way Too Sexy, doing the Backstreet. I mean, not the Backstreet. The Boys and
The
Men.
little boys.
Yeah.
So he know what he doing, and that's the thing that I like
That was
about
such
Drake
a good song.
Yeah.
is, you know, it
I
feels
hated
real
Young Thug's
personal.
verse.
It feels like he makes his music specifically for me, with me in mind. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
This
things
is what a
that
stan
he
would
put.
say.
I'm just saying, like, because like even when he like sample like Brandy, when he's like
Yeah.
all the different samples that he's
Still
done,
throw,
genuine. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like he does shit that
She
it's
got
like,
goosebumps.
damn.
She
But he
so
knows
serious.
music though. He knows R&B.
He know what
He's
he
really
doing.
he knows R&B, so he takes
And
that
I'm an
sample.
R&B head,
Yeah, I'm an
so
R&B
that's
head
why I
too.
love Drake
I love
so
R&B.
much.
How did you
So-
feel about
Yeah,
the R.
that's-
Kelly
yeah.
sample?
I didn't feel no way about it because it's not like he used his vocals like he used, what was it, a
But
violin?
it made you think
I'm
about
not
R.
really
Kelly.
finna. No,
Yeah, I didn't think.
I
it was
don't
that
hear the
big of a deal.
violin. So
I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
yeah,
Niggas was
they
on his
reaching.
neck about that.
I think
They
they were
reaching.
looking for something, to be honest.
Of course.
I mean, he could have not credited him and then ended up getting sued.
Or he could have not.
Well,
used
he
the
would have still
sample
had
at
to
all.
credit him either way.
Yeah, but I'm
More
saying
money,
he could have
more
left it
problems.
off from the. You know what I mean?
No problems. There you go.
Yeah.
More money.
It's
See?
still an optional problem.
So out of
optional problem.
so how would you rank his project? Because you're the Drake expert.
I
This
would
is
have
our
to
academics.
say,
Stepidemics. Step down
it's
academics.
so many Drake albums,
You
but
okay
I
with
feel
her?
like my favorite is still Nothing Was the Same for me personally.
Ooh, that was a
That's
good one.
still
though.
my favorite.
Nothing
Then
Was the
Take
Same.
Care.
Nothing was the same.
Take
was
Care.
dope.
Then the first album.
Take Care.
And then
if
the
you're
other ones
reading
could
this,
just
it's
fall
too
where they
late.
may.
So where does this one rank on that list?
Damn.
Obviously,
Ooh.
it's fresh, but you put it like right in the middle.
Kind of in the middle.
So would you,
I kind of.
did you like this album more, or did you like Scorpion more?
Scorpion.
Ooh, Scorpion was good.
I like this album.
I
better
like
than
this one better than
Scorpion.
Scorpion. I like a lot of
I
people didn't like
I like
Scorpion.
the
I like
production on
Scorpion.
Scorpion way
Scorpion's
better.
dope.
What would you say? This one or Views?
This one.
Really?
I would say Views.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go with his original. The original one, the first
Views,
album.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
just
the one.
because that's how you got.
Oh, yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I
Again, though,
remember-
for me though, because I'm really like a melodic nigga, because that's what I do. So like for me, Scorpion is way better.
Scorpion was
Because you have the production on that thing was just incredible, and then
Yeah, it
and then
was.
you had so much Ty Dolla $ign harmonies.
I
in
think
the
I just have
background on
a
every
different.
song.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
connect
yeah.
with his
He-
music in a
yeah.
way. So like when I
Pretty
think
good.
about Drake albums, it takes me back to a certain time. For me, Nothing Was the Same. I was going through it, so that album just, you know what I'm saying. So when I say that's my favorite, it's a personal
Right,
favorite.
right.
But you know that first one and Take Care.
Man, Take Care
You
was
sound
good.
like Supreme
Ay,
Dream.
No, I
It's
think
a
you know what?
personal
I think,
favorite.
but I think most people would
It's
agree
a
with you on
personal
that
favorite.
list.
Yeah.
It's my personal.
I think most people would agree. I agree with you.
So-
Yeah, Nothing Was the Same
Dreams.
was good. Yeah, that's what actually made me know that
Dreams.
Drake is gonna be Drake. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like when you came with Nothing Was the Same, I was like,
This nigga ain't going nowhere.
he ain't going nowhere.
That's a lit.
It's
That's a
just
lit.
like it's to solidify his
That's
spot. Like, he's not
solidified
going.
for
Yeah,
sure.
he's
This
not
nigga
going
ain't
anywhere,
this
bro.
nigga, this nigga don't miss.
Yeah.
Nah,
Don't
when-
miss.
when-
I don't give a fuck if you don't
when-
like it or you think it's the same.
Right.
He ain't gonna miss.
He ain't gonna miss.
when Pound Cake had Jay-Z on it, I just didn't listen to nothing else.
You know,
for like
and
a
you know
week.
what? And if there's any gripe that I have is what I said before is that it felt more like a playlist, but it's fine. I felt like maybe there was too many features,
Well, they all.
but
did.
that's how they do it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is nowadays. You know what I mean?
Wait, which one? What you talking about?
Every album.
About the
New Drake?
the CLB.
See,
Yeah.
like,
I think it was too. I would have loved to hear more from Drake, but again, I think what your point is that it was a pandemic album. So I get it, and it was what 21 tracks.
Yeah.
yeah.
22.
22, so it was long. It was long
It was
album.
long.
It was long album. So
What's up, everybody, with this long albums going on?
Drake,
Pandemic.
They got
did
hella
your
time.
thing.
I got hella time.
as long,
Like, it's
yeah,
21.
that's true.
That's all.
Drake had me out
I'm
here
only putting 7 on my
remotivated.
next one.
So we all agree that it's about.
It's a bop.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yup.
dope. Yeah,
It's
it's
about.
dope.
Did we?
Yes,
We never.
Why you asking me?
because you looking, you didn't say nothing.
Yeah, well, I did
It's
look.
about.
Because
He be the
deep
only
down
one disagree.
inside, he want to start shit with me, but he can't because
Ooh.
Drake ain't gonna miss. You wanted to be able to start shit, but you can't.
I like Drake.
He likes Drake.
I like Drake.
He's called the Black Drake. Didn't somebody call you that?
They always call me that. Every
Blake?
time I
I think
go
they
to
called
the
you
studio, they
Blake.
all call me Blake, bro,
Blake.
when they go in the studio. That's the first thing.
All right.
Have that nigga
That is a
Blake.
compliment.
Have that
It is a
nigga.
compliment,
Have that
Blake.
nigga Blake write the hook.
Oh my god.
That is a.
All right, man. I
major
know we got to
compliment.
get you out of here.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you got a birthday party to get to.
Yep,
so
yep.
we're gonna take a quick break for y'all listening, for y'all watching on YouTube. Just stay with us. We'll be right
We're gonna
back.
put Photo B
Appreciate y'all.
Jabode on camera.
But it is, sir. You guys heard it here. Reverb that the Drake album is about.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into the internet wins again.
Let's welcome Photo B to the table.
Hey,
Welcome Photo B back to the table. So we're gonna get into the internet wins again. For those that are listening that are new, this is our segment that we talk about the hottest internet topics that are going on right now. This week has been a little slow, but we're gonna get into the topics that we got. So
It was a little bit slow.
it was a little slow.
Hey, it's crazy how we call a dramaless week slow.
That's true.
Shit. Perspective.
So we're going to talk about the most upcoming Verzuz battle that's coming up on September 16th, which is Tuesday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tuesday. So we got Ja Rule versus Fat Joe.
All right. Well, this is.
How do
easy
we feel
one.
about that matchup?
I feel like it's a slaughter.
Okay.
With who?
Yeah,
I
we.
feel like Ja Rule is gonna kill Fat Joe. And I feel like
Steph's face.
I feel like everybody at the table agrees.
I think Ja Rule will win.
He said, "I don't know about slaughter."
I don't know about Slaughter
Well,
though.
Fat Joe has Terror Squad.
Ja Rule. Fat Joe got some hits.
He do.
Yeah, but he don't got Ja Rule type hits. Man.
I think that's gonna be that's the exciting thing about these verses is just reminiscing and being like, oh, I forgot about that, or oh, damn, I ain't remember.
Yeah,
Fat Joe
that's
had
true.
hits like this. So
That's
I
true.
think I like that about
That's true.
verses, and I think that's what's gonna be the case with Fat Joe. Is he gonna pull out some hits that we done forgot about, but
It's Ja, baby.
it's Ja for me.
You know what? I'm glad that maybe not this particular matchup, but I'm glad that Ja Rule participated in Verzuz because I think a lot of people do not put respect on his name.
And they don't.
Well, 50 kind of take that away.
We know.
See, and you know what? And even in that situation, I don't think people knew the full scope of what happened because, yeah, 50 took advantage of a situation that a lot of the main public was not aware of, where the feds shut down Murder Inc. So
That's
they
facts.
couldn't respond.
They did. They
were-
shut down Murder Inc. They shut down Rap a Lot. They shut down a lot of people
Yeah.
at the same time.
So I mean, it's real easy for you to beat somebody up when they can't respond, they can't say anything
Hey
in
man, he
operation.
should have just never. He should have left that alone then, knowing your circumstances are handicapped. You know
Well,
what I mean?
50's the one he's the one that instigated it. So.
Yeah, but y'all didn't have to respond.
Well, I'm saying he couldn't, is what I'm saying.
Well,
he did.
He made a few.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the middle of it, he couldn't respond. So, bottom line is, I
Blame
think
Irv
people.
Gotti for Ja Rule's career being killed by 50. Is that what we're doing? Blaming Irv Gotti.
Nah, I just again, if you look at the details of it, I just think there's a lot of details that the public was not aware of, like 50 Cent snitching, having paperwork on him during that time, and he was the one calling Ja and everybody else a snitch. The fact that they actually put hands on him and he took the worser of that situation in the studio. So you can't be on record saying wankster and all this other stuff, but then in real life
Snitching.
you were snitching and then you got beat up by
I
the
think
people.
John
I think
and the crew.
he got lucky in the fact that I feel like the media was big then, but it's not like how it is now.
That's true.
Like with
'cause
Shade
we
Room and
would've digging.
receipts
They
and
would've
shit.
been digging.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think 50 was able to capitalize off the fact that the internet was not interneting like it
was
is right
new.
now.
It was new.
I kinda-
And he had Interscope behind him.
I was gonna say that's exactly what I was gonna say because he had Dre and M behind him.
Yeah.
So he had a
He had a monster behind
That's
him.
true.
He had the whole, and he was working with the game at the time.
Yeah.
Like, he was
They-
an empire.
They were able to form the narrative.
Yeah. Well, once Eminem dissed Ja Rule, it was over.
And there was no way
It was
and that's the
over,
thing,
yeah.
like you could create a narrative and it could just rock without people being able to come with them receipts like they can right now. Like I feel like artists don't have as much control over the narrative anymore. It's
Yeah,
too much information at our
they're-
fingertips.
Right now, you really are gonna be exposed for who you are,
Man,
Yeah.
and I love it
me too.
because when they get to me, it's gonna be great.
Except for, when it's like artists like Tyrese, where it's like, damn, I kind of wish we could go back
Yeah.
to the times where the internet
What
wasn't
more do you
internet.
want from me?
I want to go back.
A
like-
redo
This is my baby. This is my baby.
But I will say that again, I'm looking forward to it. This was one probably not gonna keep track of the score. I'm just gonna enjoy it. I think it'll be a
I
good
say that
versus.
every time.
I want Ja to win because he needs redemption.
He
for his
deserves
man.
his W.
He needs it.
it.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Do
Because-
y'all think Ashanti
because-
gonna come back out?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She got to.
Yeah, because 50 Cent was
I was
buying-
mad he didn't come out for her.
But
On whose side?
On
Oh,
whose side
Josh.
is the question.
Josh.
But I mean, Fat Joe only got like one song with Ashanti. That was love.
I think there's more.
It's more than that.
I think there may be
I don't
more.
remember that one.
They're gonna do it all in one, so she can get in, do everything all at once.
Because
and bounce out
if I
afterwards.
remember, I don't think she left on good terms with Murder
But
Inc.
she's still cool with Ja Rule. They
Is she?
always,
Okay.
because they've been on tour.
They've been on tour. Even the
They've
ones
been on
that
tour
50
for a
Cent
while.
bought all the seats,
Okay.
and none of the fans showed up. That's
Because I went and seen them twice, so they've been
So
touring
they are
together.
cool. Okay, good.
This
Rich
nigga
Petty.
50 bought all the seats to Ja Rule's event, so the media can go out there and there'd be nobody in the seats. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's pretty petty.
Yeah. They've been
He's a
touring
man
together,
after
so
my own
they
heart.
definitely. I don't know.
It's a power move.
Because I mean, her and Fat Joe's on good terms too. That's her
They're
bro
on
too.
they're on
so.
real good terms. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think honestly, it wouldn't matter if
good.
she was on both sides. Because
I think she may come out for both.
Yeah, because I don't feel like there's animosity between him and Fat Joe either.
Yeah, and then I'm sure they're going to perform New York as their last song since they're both on it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in New York. So
I don't think it's gonna be the same as the last New York one.
No.
It ain't gonna be like that.
No.
It ain't gonna be Dipset
No.
again. That was
It won't be nowhere near
that was a mess.
No.
It was the greatest one they've ever had.
It was ghetto.
I loved it.
I
was
I
so
loved it.
ghetto.
Loved it.
I couldn't figure out what was happening.
I love every time Kiss said, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up."
I was so like when I seen him dragging him off that damn launch,
the
I was
launcher?
like, what
Bro,
is
he
happening?
was kicking that dude.
What
bro.
what is going on?
See, but they're on tour
Violence.
together though, so it was all fun and
Violence.
games. They're on tour
But that's
together.
how people. That's what people said. Like, if you from New York, like this is just regular. For me, I'm like, I'm afraid. Like, what is going on?
I'm not from New York. This is not
I'm
regular
like,
for
this
me.
how y'all.
In
this how y'all-
California, we'll shoot
Steph,
you. For doing this shit.
you grew up in the Nuck If You Buck era. Come on now.
I mean,
You
okay,
was in
but
the
this
club.
Is
You was
okay.
in. Hold on. You was in the club when B.A.B. was
I
getting
get
played.
that. I get that. But I'm saying how we get down in Cali. You getting at niggas like that, nigga?
fighting.
It's on. It's
And-
nothing if
and-
you buck,
No,
nigga.
I got you. I
Ain't
got
no
you.
fun and games. Like they was.
I
I
got
was like, is this fun for y'all?
I got you.
Because
It was
where
competitive.
I come from, niggas gonna start shooting.
It was competitive. Yeah.
That is correct.
So we're all saying Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Ja.
It's gonna be murder.
I think it'll be.
baby.
I think it'll be a lot closer than what we think.
I can't wait for Holla Holla to drop.
That
That's
was
my shit.
That was my shit.
I'm just here.
I
for
love the
Holla.
remix.
Put it on me. Me and Tyson finna go crazy. That's our song.
Dollars. It's murder.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't.
But I ain't gonna lie, our whole AAU 8th grade basketball tour was a Ja Rule tour.
Ja Rule.
Down ass bitch. That's gonna play.
Ja had it, bro. He
Always
was
on time.
I'm real.
always on time.
I'm real.
Look at Ja Rule.
Oh, I'm sure he's not gonna do wonderful.
No, he can't do it.
I hope he don't do wonderful.
Damn, that was a hit,
That was a
too.
bop.
That was a bop for
That-
sure.
I mean, we already know he got bops.
And then I
but
think he was on was Ja on Money Cash Hold? No. That was X.
no,
He was on
he was on a lot.
He was on a lot of
shit.
Jay-Z DMX songs though back in the day because they were all supposed to be they were the original Murder Inc. But then they all got too big and they all went their separate ways. So
It
yeah.
worked out for everybody but Ja.
Nah, Ja he made a lot of money during
had a
during
run.
that era.
He had a
did.
run.
He did.
Ooh,
He
the,
did.
The
But
re-
the
rule
feds
3.
Oh, and what's that
But
one
the
with
feds took it all.
Christina Milian?
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Every Little Thing That We Do.
do.
Damn that video.
Between me and you.
Oh,
That
that was when she was that's when she was the hottest in the game at that
I'm
point.
gonna tell you
was.
what,
Oh,
bro,
man.
like,
Oh,
I was,
my God.
I was trying to smash
I was
her
just
back
watching
in the
Love
day.
Don't Cost a Thing.
Back in the day, I was trying to. I got a record with her in DB for the Dramatics. I was trying to smash.
That's why niggas love light skinned women to this day.
'Cause
That whole
her-
era, it was
Yeah,
Maya,
it was.
Christina Milian, Beyonce.
Yep.
It was all. That's all you saw.
Yep.
And that's why we tell people it's really just about representation.
Yep.
You know, because that's literally it was
all
light
you saw.
skin.
Ashanti.
Because that Maya
They-
video
yeah,
with
they-
Cisco, that it's all about me. Oh my god.
Yeah, they connected the light skins to the foreigners and shit. And it was like,
Oh my.
if you had a foreign or a
now I
light
need a
skin,
foreign and a light skin.
Yeah,
All right,
All
I'm
in
gonna go
one.
sell drugs.
that's how. It
Yeah,
was.
that's what it was. That you were not successful unless you had a light skinned chick that had the blonde streaks. in
or-
it.
And
Fair
even
or
and
forward.
even not even just the main female artist, but I feel like too like the videos. That's you know the main interest in the videos. It was all the same. Literally.
My mom,
What is she doing now?
I know that's true because my daddy, my mom.
being
oh,
a
Christina
mom.
Milian? I think she's still doing something. I remember.
Because she was married to the Dream, and then they broke up.
Christina Milian left the dream.
Dreams broken.
Didn't she have a baby with Lil Wayne?
It's a nightmare.
Christina Milian.
No.
It seemed like all of them little Atlanta chicks had babies with Lil Wayne. It was Nevaeh.
Oh yeah, Nevada.
Now, does she have a baby with him, or were they married?
No,
She had a baby. She was with him for hella long. Her and Lauren London, I think that was like pregnant at the same time.
I think so. It was something messy like that.
It was real messy.
Good job, Wayne.
She did like her little interview a little while back, and she gave the tea on how she was out here looking a fool
Oh my God.
behind Lil Wayne.
Can you look a fool?
I'm glad I
Lil
didn't
Wayne?
grow up in Atlanta during that.
Can you? Can you be like, I'm having a baby by Lil Wayne at the same time as somebody else? Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, you made a bad decision.
They not?
Nah, they gonna be like, get the bag, sis.
They would, yeah. I want to say at least you got
Get the bag,
you got
sis.
paid.
Yep, get the bag.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
So
guess.
we'll look forward. So Tuesday, all of our predictions are Ja.
So
And make
so
sure
nobody's going with the Puerto Rican friend, huh?
No, I love Fat Joe though. No disrespect. I'm just picking.
As
Joe.
an artist,
As an artist, he's always just been a knockoff Big Pun to me, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
well, he's the one that discovered Big Pun.
Yeah, but still, that's the
And
problem.
so what I'm curious to see if he is involved in production that maybe we did not know of. He might have surprises. But even him as an artist, he has a pretty deep catalog, especially because, see, he's one of the better ones that reinvented himself. Because remember, it was all New York, and then he was one of the first guys to get down to Miami. So that Rico Love and all that whole Miami stuff.
Rico Love
because
is
remember,
my-
he had
my
that song
favorite.
with Pleasure P.
Favorite.
I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember, though.
God, what song? What is it? It was Aloha.
With Pleasure P?
Yeah. Or was it Rico Love?
I don't know.
Aloha, something like that. I'll play it after the record. Once you guys hear it. But what I'm saying, he was responsible for a lot of that Miami shit because he put on DJ Khaled too. So he got.
Well, Fat Joe is definitely respected in the game.
Fat
Yeah.
Joe is responsible for a lot of niggas.
Which we don't know with what and how much responsible or not. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. So all right, we're gonna look forward to that. So we
Make sure y'all in the Reverb Nation because we always got a good thread going during the verses. We got to get that back.
Sometimes
poppin'.
we do.
We got to get that. I think this one will be a popping one.
On the New York one, I was the only one in there talking.
I told you I
That's
was
because
going to sleep.
niggas were like this the whole time.
Yeah,
It was.
I know
yeah.
you were asleep.
But I think this is one that's gonna get.
Well,
More
because it's more.
mainstream.
There's
There's gonna be a lot
there's
of
more nostalgia dealt with this.
and there's gonna be a lot of female records played.
And there's
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, are we talking about Nicki?
Yeah, y'all. I feel like it's only right. We got to talk about Nicki. So let's just start at the beginning. So Nicki Minaj, husband Kenneth Petty, was arrested because for failure to register as a sex offender in L.A. because he moved from New York to L.A. and
How
he
do
got
you
to
forget to do that?
I mean, come on now. You know what it is. And you know what you are. You know what you did. And you know what you got to do. So basically he was arrested. But the backstory on that is last year, Nicki Minaj actually got sued for harassing the victim. Who had she says that she talked to a friend and was saying that I just wish this would go away. And the friend was like, oh, well, I can help you out with that. And I don't know if the friend reached out to Nicki or what. I don't really know the details on that. But all of a sudden after that, she started getting harassed by Nicki Minaj, saying that her lawyers would draw something up for her to recant her statement and she would get $150,000. This happened when they was 16 years old. I mean, not saying that absolves him of anything, but this happened when they was 16 years old. Well, I'm not gonna say allegedly because he went to jail. He held her at knife point and raped her, and he did 4 years. So that's what happened. That's what they trying to cover up. And the question that we have is, should Nicki Minaj be canceled? I mean, we cancel everybody else.
I hate questions like this. Go ahead. I don't know. I got to think about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one because
That's a lot. The stress.
what he did is just out of pocket as fuck,
Right.
right?
Number one.
He served his time, and he's still dealing with it as registered
As he should.
as he should. Fuck.
Damn.
Right. Because like she's just trying to.
I love Nicki. Let me just put that out. I love Nicki Minaj. I respect her music. I like her. Her catalog is deep. She got hits. We know what Nicki done did. So
So the question becomes, okay, how old is he now?
oh shit.
We don't know. We got to look it up.
He at least in his 40s.
So it was at least 20, 30 years ago, like 20 years ago.
Most likely.
43 years old.
He's 40. That's what I say. He's in his 40s.
And he was
born.
18?
He was born in 78. So if this happened when he was, say 16, 17.
He was 17.
So let's say that was 95. So that was 16 years ago.
Yeah, I think it said it was like 94, 95 that this happened.
And they're just pretty much, and she's trying to pay to essentially.
I think that's the part that's disturbing for me is the harassing the victim and trying to get her. I don't know what happened with that case though. So I mean,
so what I'm confused about, why are they trying to get her to recant her statements if he's already done the time? If only thing he needs to do is just register as a sex offender.
because I think what she wants.
registering as a sex offender.
No, I think what she wants is she wants to be able to say that didn't happen or it wasn't true. Or what, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
She wants to be able
Of
to
course.
expunge
Gotcha.
that from
Okay.
the
She
record.
wants to say, I didn't marry a rapist.
She wants to have a
Basically,
clean record.
Exactly.
I got you.
She wants him.
Okay,
Yeah.
Well,
that makes better
because
sense.
that's what people are saying. Like you married a rapist.
Well, she did.
She did.
She did.
I mean,
Not unless she really believes that it was false.
Yeah, I mean, if she can, I mean, there's plenty of people that are with somebody that has been convicted of something and they believe that they didn't do it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? There's people that have been convicted of things that didn't do it
Correct.
or whatever. Or sometimes people take a plea. You know what I'm saying? There's things like that too. But my issue is not with her marrying a sex offender because that's your business.
It's how you're dealing with
It's how you exactly. It's
Yeah.
you harassing the victim. That's
Yeah.
the issue. If you
So-
want to marry a sex offender, there's people who marry murderers,
Yeah.
scammers,
Yeah.
all kind of shit. But that's their decision to say this
I'm not
person is
marrying a sex
different.
offender.
That's exactly. But that's her. You know what I'm saying? She feels like he didn't do it, or she feels like he did his time, or that was when he was 16, and she could overlook it. That's her business.
Yeah.
it's interesting how that can essentially actually work. You can pay somebody to not say this shit happened and they're not registered. People know it. People know it happened. He just not registered. So it's like, okay,
It
He
don't
is
change
registered.
it.
He
No,
is
but I'm
No,
saying if she
like,
was to
if
get
you
him,
was- if
get
you
her to
do that
recant,
shit. Even,
but
even from other people,
Right,
even from other
but it
people
wouldn't.
who-
It wouldn't, like you're saying. I understand. It wouldn't take away the fact that he did it.
Right,
she's
it would
worried
just
about
take-
the public eye, though. That's
Yeah.
how. That's
See,
where
and then
this
the other
comes
thing
from.
that I'm worried, I'm not a legal expert at all. Even if she recants the statement, does that then take away him having to register?
I would
Because
assume
that's the
so.
yeah, that's the
because legally he was tried and he was convicted.
Well, they
rape
can
mur-
overturn that, can't they?
Well, they may be able to, but
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know if there's
saying.
any statute limitation. I don't know. Legally, I don't know. So what I'm going to say is I agree with what you're saying. If that's what Nicki wants to do, that's her business. But I will also say this, that people are going to be looking at her with a side eye
Period.
because she is so much women empowerment, and that is a very big issue in the
That
women
is a
and as far in the
heinous
community.
crime.
So it looks
Heinous.
very weird for you to be defending somebody that you're married to that has done such a heinous act, but then also they being championing women and being a woman empowerment. You know, you like we have to real. Nicki is a superstar. This is not just a regular rapper or whatever. She transcends music, fashion, and a bunch of other things. So that's her business. And I think if we want to say there's council culture, there has to be a redemption culture. But the what you said, the bullying and trying to get the woman to recant her statement
That
and
don't
doing
sit
all that,
down work for
that
me.
is a direct hypocritical act and statement of what you stand for.
Or
And
what
I'm
you-
surprised that there hasn't been much more backlash because of this.
Because she retired.
the bullying is
But she
really
got
the
new
big- the
music
bigger
coming
part.
out.
But you're bullying someone that was raped on record by your husband.
It's
So,
not alleged. This was a conviction.
It's a conviction.
So it's not.
It's not like it's. The thing is, leave that chick alone. At this point,
That's what I'm saying. If you want to be married to him and you feel like he changed or you believe whatever side of his story that you want to believe, that's cool. But leave sis out of it.
well, the
Yeah.
problem is
You see what I'm
this: like,
saying?
if you want to sweep under the rug so bad, why would you bother her?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I
Because
think.
you're resurfacing.
I think
Because she-
also
it's
is
mainly just
because
wanna
of
get it.
him having to register as a sex offender is going to make things difficult for them.
That's
Yeah.
not. That's what you chose. You chose
I-
that life.
yeah, I
So
know.
be responsible. You
Exactly.
chose to
That's what
marry
you
a
chose.
sex offender.
Well, but like what most people do is they try to fix situations
Mhm.
instead of getting in a situation that they're comfortable with.
Yep.
Obviously, she's comfortable with being a sex offender
But
as
what
long
I-
as he doesn't
no,
have to
Obviously,
register.
she
no,
not.
she's
As long as he
comfortable.
doesn't have to
She's
register.
comfortable with him, but not with his situation. So, and she
exactly.
thought she can fix it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Nick.
and that's her way of fixing it, and she's making it worse.
Yeah.
I'm Nicki
I'm
Minaj.
interested
I'll
to
fix
see
everything.
what's gonna happen with that case. I don't know what ended up happening with her getting sued.
And for those that are listening, we are not no lawyers on here, so we
We not.
are not no legal experts. We don't know all the.
But we
ins and
all
outs,
got common sense.
but
We
we all
talk-
see the public eye.
We talking about the internet just like y'all be talking about
Exactly.
the internet.
So I don't know. I
Hey, moral of the story is don't marry somebody you can't handle.
you know what?
the situation.
But I think also what another layer to this is, and I'm gonna say it because I think other people may be thinking it, they just don't want to say it. When it comes to women that may be on the wrong side of dealing with sexual assault, they are dealt with totally different than men. Because if that was a man that was doing that, it would have been all over the tabloids.
Facts.
If that was like a Russell
Facts.
Simmons, or if that was
absolutely.
somebody that said, "Oh, he is trying to bully this woman into recanting her statement," oh my god,
Absolutely.
Yep.
1,000. Right. Like Cardi B was drugging niggas and you know.
Because you know why? They don't know whose side to sit on. It's two women. They don't want to go against the other.
Nah, there's still a right and wrong in this.
There's still a right and wrong.
I mean, it's obvious for most people
Mm-hmm.
of what right and wrong is that you don't harass a victim. Especially this happened in 1994, and honestly, like, would the victim really be having to re-deal with this if he wasn't with Nicki Minaj?
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's
Like, if this
facts.
was anybody else,
That's
I'm not
facts.
saying they would just be able to go on with their life, but they would not have to rehash it on this public ass level like this.
So
I
hold
wonder
on. So
what kind of rapist nigga you gotta be to marry Nicki
let
Minaj?
me ask this question. So from 95 on, he's not been registered as a sex offender?
No, he was in jail for 4 years after it happened.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But he was registered as a sex offender in New York.
In
but
New
they
York.
moved
They moved to LA.
to LA.
So,
he
bruh,
failed
so
to
you
register.
were already registered.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not.
I
but
guess you gotta
in
register.
You have to
LA,
register.
No, I
everywhere
know,
you
but if
live.
you had no problem being registered in New York,
I don't feel like the problem is him. Like I said, I feel like the problem is Nicki Minaj because she was getting all the backlash for, you know, when people saying you married to it. Like it. I mean, I know we feel like we haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
it's there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Of people saying that she's married to a rapist or whatever, and I think that's like one of the only things that's being held over her head. So I feel like she was trying to
yeah.
get that to go away because I know she came out on her Queen radio show and said that he was innocent or that it was basically, you know,
That she believes he's innocent.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, well,
And so
then you need to go fight that in court. Not bullying the accuser
I
or the
mean,
victim, really, because I mean, really, she's not an accuser. She's a victim because he was convicted.
yeah, she was saying on the Queen radio show that they was in a relationship. And first of all, I hate when people say that because just because you're in a relationship with somebody don't mean
That you can't rape them.
that they can't rape you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
at the same
Ask
time,
Charlemagne.
yeah, come on
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Ooh, don't get me started on him. But I feel like that's kind of the route that she was going, and I feel like her addressing it again shows that she not comfortable in her own decision. You you picked this nigga. You picked him, so you have to. If you picked him, you knew his history and his past.
And you gotta deal with the
you gotta accept. You
consequences.
gotta accept it, and that's people gonna bring it up. I could have lived with her being married to a sex offender because, like I said, it's her business. I ain't gotta do it.
People can be better.
They can.
They can.
That part too. I think
I think we got to leave room for people to get better.
but
It's
rape at knife point don't-
it's a very thin line. Trust me,
I'm kinda
I'm not condoning rape.
no, I'm saying for me.
Yeah,
I
no,
get
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
No, I'm no, but what I'm saying, but for me also, what I'm saying is I'm not condoning that. But I don't know. It's just we live in a world where if you do one thing, and I'm not saying
That's
this one
true.
thing is not heinous. It is very heinous. Rape is intolerable. But where do we draw the line?
Yeah.
To what?
Just when people do things wrong.
Well, it's way before rape.
Well, I think my thing is
That's
my
where we
thing
draw
is
the
like I
line, way
said,
before rape.
I could. That don't mean like you as a person. That does not mean that you cannot be a productive member of society because you did something
Exactly.
and you served your time and now you're out of jail. You're not in jail no more.
Yeah.
My thing is I still don't have to date you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So again,
Or
my
support
decision.
you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My decision
Yeah,
to
but
say
I'll leave you
I
alone.
wouldn't date
I can
you
leave you
does
alone.
not mean that I don't feel like you can't be a productive member of society now.
Exactly.
Same thing with people that have murdered or whatever.
Exactly.
You can still come out and be a productive member of society now.
Exactly.
And I think people can't get past that though.
And that's her choice. I would probably not date somebody that's done something like that.
I definitely would not.
At night, ooh.
That's just but that doesn't mean again.
That doesn't mean that he didn't change.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he did it.
And there's consequences.
know.
There's consequences that
And
come with
that's
that.
why. I feel like when I'm dating someone, as I've gotten older because I've already been married and I've experienced marriage and how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do count all the costs.
Yeah.
I want to see all the family. I want to see the family history. I want to see what y'all dealing with on some generational curse type levels.
Yeah.
I ask questions like, have you ever been sexually assaulted? Have you been raped?
Yeah.
Have you been molested? Because all that stuff, you know, some of those things that I don't want to deal with.
Well, and whether you were guilty or not, we don't know. From what we know, all we know is what was convicted in court.
Exactly.
That just shows that you're capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, you have to run the risk. Are you willing to deal with it if it happens
If it
again?
happens to or to you.
Or to children or to somebody in your family? What did you do to reconcile? Did you get help? Did you go to therapy? Or is it, I thought that he was innocent, so we didn't, you know.
And that's the part right there. That's kind of like, you know, that whole I was actually innocent shit. I'm like, that just leads me to believe that there was no, you know what I mean, rectification on your end to get yourself right if you still walk around talking about. But I mean, I don't know.
We don't know. That's a tough
the other
one.
thing is we don't know.
That's a tough one.
But all you could go off of is that
The conviction.
you were convicted. So
Yeah.
They do DNA swaps for that kind of stuff. So
That shit just sticks with you.
yeah.
nigga,
Because at the end of the day, you can't. Y'all say it all the time. You can have sex with somebody tomorrow, and then they could say, "He held me at knife
That's
point and made
facts.
me have sex with." That is possible.
And it's
We
New-
can't say that it's not
And
possible.
it's New York.
and you know how the laws are.
Y'all watch SVU, like so. That's not impossible.
Correct.
Either, but at the same time, we can only go off what we got.
We don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one.
But should she be canceled? Y'all ain't said.
I don't believe in cancel culture.
Canceled? No.
I don't believe in cancel culture.
Do you think she should be canceled?
Nicki Minaj?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, that's her business. Just leave that girl alone. I think she should cancel bothering that girl.
I think she should for
You think she should be canceled?
I think she should. If
Now,
people-
you're saying like as a community, we should cancel her? Or you mean you personally are not going to support her?
No, I'm just saying I feel like according to cancel culture, she should be canceled.
You
Come
know,
on now.
You know,
Instead of-
man.
Let's
so
not act like that.
Okay, I think that's a different question. If we're going by
According to-
according to cancel culture's rules, absolutely.
She should be
The
canceled.
problem is that
She's a
cancel
woman.
culture rules change depending on who the person is.
Well, it's
And
Nicki
she's
Minaj,
actually a
and
woman.
Nicki Minaj should be canceled for harassing a
the
rape
Barbies,
victim
the Barbs are
to
not
clear
gonna
her
work.
husband's name for her own gain.
You're going to have Barbies all in your comments.
I'm a Barb.
I'm one of them.
This is
I'm a Barb.
She's a dysfunctional Barb.
The-
in this
The
one.
Barbs don't agree.
The fuck you mean? I am definitely
Barbs
a
don't
Barb.
get
What did they put? Because the Beehive puts bees in the comments. What did the Barbs put?
I don't know.
I thought you was a Barb.
Damn.
I'm not a child though. I don't do that kind of shit. I am a fan of the music.
Barbs, let us know what y'all be putting in the comments so y'all can run up the algorithm.
y'all could go ahead and clip that. I don't give a damn. They could come for me.
Oh,
But I mean,
Photo B was quick with the shake. Ah, damn. I don't
We
know.
all gotta
man.
have one.
Let's go on to the next
been
topic,
drugged.
man. So this came actually from Photo B. He just doesn't know it. So we're gonna get into the clip. We're gonna listen to the clip, then we're gonna react, and then we're gonna get to his
I didn't listen
scenario.
to it. I didn't listen.
Nobody
to
listened to this.
Okay.
Oh no, he listened to it.
I
He
did.
just doesn't know
wait,
that I'm
listen
muted.
to it. I thought we was doing. Oh, go ahead.
I'm throwing a little curveball in here
Shit.
because I think this should get a good reaction.
Shit.
Okay, so we're gonna listen. Okay, everybody listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward to this. The suspense is killing me. Hurry up and play it, Rob.
Hold on,
Hurry up and play it, Rob.
Hold on, man. I gotta get the audio going. Going.
Why are you doing me like this?
Oh my god.
Yo,
It's an unpopular opinion, but this piece of wisdom gonna set you free right here. Realizing that no one can cheat on you. It's about understanding that you have no possession over nobody. Nobody belongs to you. And once you realize this will simply set you free. We as humans be choosing bondage. We be choosing slavery because we don't realize that we have a choice of our own freedom and our own awareness of realizing that, dang, man, nobody belongs to me. So let me set them free. But a lot of people don't want to hear this. I know, man.
To
is when you gotta stop taking things so personal.
Send that to me.
Stop feeling like you have ownership and control over somebody else's well-being and someone else's life decisions. If they want to do what they want to do, it has nothing to do with you. They did not cheat on you. They cheated on themselves. They have no loyalty to themselves. Stop making everything about you. This is them, this is their character, and they just exposed it to you. You can either deal with it, cry about it, pout about it, or move on with it. It's up to you, boo.
That's bars.
I mean,
That's bars. I feel like it
let that be the regular logic.
So
of
the
church.
title was "Cheating is an Illusion."
yes.
Okay, so let me just reference that. So
Outside of the title, outside the whole cheating part, everything else was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Until you
I
get-
can't wait to see what the hell y'all gotta say.
yeah,
I'm gonna let him go first this time.
Go ahead.
okay. I think the first half of that shit was bullshit. It was bullshit.
You think so?
It was bullshit.
What part? Okay.
It's that Common Core math. I'm gonna go through 20 different hoops to get to the same exact answer. Cheating is an illusion, is what she said, and she said nobody could cheat on you. I agree with her second part, that we can't internalize what other people do because that's their action, that's their character. I totally agree with that. But choosing bondage? If I'm in a relationship, I'm not choosing to be in bondage. I'm agreeing that we're either dating exclusively or we're going to be in a relationship where we are only interacting or entertaining each other. So if I disagree or if I break that agreement, that is not bondage. That is not.
It can be.
It can be, but what I'm saying is, but if
why?
two, go ahead.
It could be bondage because mentally people literally move because they want to keep somebody from cheating. That's bondage as fuck. Like all of this, how to keep a man and how to, all that shit, that's bondage. Like you're literally moving to try to keep somebody from doing something that they're going to do either fucking way because it's a character flaw. It's not about you.
Right. But
That's
but
bondage.
if that's so, then they shouldn't agree to be in a relationship.
What do you mean?
If I'm in a relationship, let's say we're in a relationship.
No, I'm saying the person that is in the relationship with somebody that ends up cheating, a lot of times people are in a relationship and they're moving to try to keep somebody from cheating.
No,
That's
I get
bondage.
that. I get that. But what I'm saying is, from what I got from what she's saying is if somebody cheats on you, that it's an illusion, and that you're keeping them in bondage, or you're in bondage because you should allow them to do whatever it is that they want to do. If we
No,
agree
she
to,
said you're choosing bondage. So I felt like that's the person that is saying, "Oh, I'm cheated on, or you did this to me, you wronged me." Like I felt like she was saying
but it
that
is wrong.
person is choosing.
So if we agree to be in a relationship,
I didn't say it wasn't wrong.
no, I know. But what I'm saying is that
I'm
I think
saying
she's
that
saying
she gave a fancy ass way of saying that somebody cheating is not a reflection on you. That's basically what she did.
That's
It was
the
a
second part
whole-
that I got.
A whole,
Yeah, that's
but everything she was saying was a fancy ass way and a long-winded ass way to say if somebody cheats, it's not about you.
yeah, and that I
Literally.
agree with. That I agree with.
That's all she was saying.
She was also saying.
But she said it in a way to get niggas to share it.
She was also saying.
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
It worked.
It was some bullshit. Go ahead, because we already talking about it.
She was also saying that when somebody cheats on you, don't worry about it.
And you don't own them.
Yeah,
That's
you
and
don't-
that's the other thing she was saying.
So what I agree with both of you guys. I agree that if you agree to be in a relationship, then and you agree to be exclusive, you should honor that
Absolutely.
as a contract, as a verbal contractual agreement with this person. And that's where cheating comes in, right? Because you've agreed and you've led this other person to believe
That they were the only ones.
this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I do also agree with you that it does for me. I do agree the bondage part because a lot of people get cheated on and take the person back, and then they live in that. It's cyclical, right? And so
Yeah.
and then
I
they
feel
get
like
mad
even before
over
they
and
get
over
cheated
and
on,
over.
like I said, people literally try to be goals and wifey material and all
But-
these
but
different
that's- but
things
that's
because
what
they
it-
think that keeps the
No,
person
but
from doing
that's-
what they gonna do
but that-
either
but-
way.
but
And
that-
that I agree with.
That's bondage.
That I agree with.
I do too, but that's part of dating someone. It's something that you can't get around. No one's gonna be with you if you're not meeting their needs, or if
Well,
you're
I'm not saying
No,
meeting
but
needs.
well, yeah,
I'm saying
expectations-
people literally feeling like if somebody cheats, it's because you must not have been cooking. You must that kind of shit. Come on now.
No, I
That's
think what
ridiculous.
Steph is saying.
Sometimes it's
I think what Steph is saying is like
But
in a
are
scenario.
they cheating if you're not cooking?
I think what Stephanie's saying,
go
like
get a meal.
in a scenario
You go
where
get a meal.
in a scenario where somebody has been cheated on before, and then they get into the new relationship, and then instead
Even
of
when before, like we're
No,
taught to think that way.
no, I know. I'm just giving an example.
Is it
so
cheating if
in the new relationship, instead of just being present in the relationship, they're doing
Exactly.
everything they can to not get cheated on.
Well, that
They think
someti-
if you meet certain criteria,
No,
you don't
okay,
get cheated on,
you're
and
right,
that's not the case.
But you're right. But that is a personal issue.
That's not the case though. Like you can do
just had
all of
deja
the
vu.
different shit you supposed to do and still get. We know that. You could be Beyonce. You could do. You could be whatever the fuck. You have money. You
So
can
I
fuck.
got
You could
that.
whatever.
I just say go into
And-
the relationship expecting to be cheated on.
Yeah. See, but that's what I
Beyonce-
got.
Don't take it personally.
Don't take it personally. This is what she's saying.
But that's what
Just go into
from
the
what I
relationship
got from
and-
what she was saying. It sounded like she was saying choosing the relationship is the bondage. Like she's saying you guys are choosing bondage. You guys don't own anybody. You
what
guys
she-
don't have any
I feel
ownership.
like
She said
mentally
you're
people-
getting. She said you're getting so emotionally invested that you feel like you own this person. When they cheat on you, they're just living.
No,
their
but I
life.
Yeah,
think
but
it's-
see, and I think
what
that's
she
where I
said is
disagree
You don't
is-
have control over other people, no matter what
They
commitment
do.
you make to each
Yeah.
other. You don't have control over nobody.
And that I agree.
I got
But
GPS
just
trackers
don't.
on
but
everything.
it doesn't mean that you can't
GPS
be.
trackers on everything.
You can still
I got
no,
control.
but this is the thing. Even if you don't have control over people, I don't care if somebody gives you their word. The expectation still is there.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, when it happens, it's not.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
Exactly.
Listen,
So,
I agree. With you. Oh, sorry. We just
That's
cut
fine.
it off. My bad.
So
my
a lot,
bad.
what it comes down to, what she's saying is a lot of the thought process involved when you in poly open relationships, because it's like you know, like I don't own you, but our relationship is built on what we are bringing to the table. As long as what we bring to the table is good, we are growing, we are thriving together.
Sure.
It's cool, huh?
Fuck whoever you want. Everything else is taken
As
care
long as you
of.
ain't bringing shit back to me, I understand that. I understand.
Who did the voice?
Look. It's like
Let
some,
him-
like
yeah.
a lot of people in those type of situations, depending on, because there's different ways of how poly relationships go. It's like if you and your partner are okay with you sleeping with other people, then that's what y'all do. Y'all understand that y'all relationship is bigger than just physical. You know, you don't. I don't.
You're
I
leaving
don't.
something out.
Huh?
You're leaving something out.
What?
You're leaving the fact that if you're in a poly relationship, you've agreed to do that.
Exactly. And for what she
That's
was
what you're
saying,
leaving
What
out.
I'm saying her thought process is wrapped around with that.
But that wasn't
you know?
necessarily a poly conversation.
I don't think she was speaking
I
from.
thought she
No,
was
she's
speaking
an
of-
advocate for poly
okay.
relationship.
Where's
I don't
she
think
at?
that in
What's
that
her
particular
name?
one.
Send it to me.
I think she was speaking on people who choose monogamous relationships.
I feel like
That's
what
what
she
it
was
is.
speaking on.
So
speaking on.
see, I think we always get caught up in these words. What to me, what you sound like you're describing an open relationship
It's like a poly open. Yes.
Poly-
because poly.
he making up his own shit.
Yeah,
It's,
because
you know how many
even
different types of relationships there are.
We know what kind of
because
relationship he's looking for.
even in poly relationship, there's still rules.
There's still
Exactly.
rules.
Yep.
Right.
You don't get
can't
to go
just-
fuck a fourth person.
cannot,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
That's
saying.
not
It's a
how it
poly
works
open.
because I watched that show where they got rules
Because
like I have to
I
meet the
understand what you're
person,
saying.
I have to
Is that-
agree.
is that the way?
It's a lot of other shit.
So isn't that bondage?
Is poly open the way?
If they want to label it that.
Is poly open the way?
See, that's what I thought. I think she was labeling a monogamous relationship as bondage.
Yes.
it can be.
That's how I took it.
And a lot of
that's what
like,
she said.
when it gets like deeper into
That's
it,
what she said.
it does, because it's like, this is my person. It's a lot of
As you should,
mine.
as you should feel that way if
We
you're
made a
dating,
commitment.
made a commitment.
We
You
made
should
a
feel that
commitment to
way.
each other.
You should feel that this is my person. You
But,
should be.
but it's
for me
also
only.
still like, you know.
But I know for a fact.
Hold on, let
take
Photo
control.
be finished because I know
So
this is his clip.
So you know what they say, when you hold on to something too strong, you start to break it, and you just gotta let it go, right? You're not letting that person be free, because you're tying them up in that bondage, right?
Just because you in a committed relationship,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
It-
like,
it-
damn, is monogamy that hard?
Depending
Is it that
on,
hard?
because here's the thing though, a lot of no. Here's the thing though.
Niggas act like they gonna shrivel up and die because they only got one.
Look, if
coochie.
you only get one flower.
Oh no,
nigga,
I want to hear Photo B's
need a
perspective
bouquet.
because I'm trying to understand this.
So
Isn't there freedom in the choice of being committed?
Yes, you made a choice to be committed.
That's what I don't understand.
a lot of okay.
Yes.
So
unless you're getting held at knife point.
I don't want to laugh at
So-
that.
It's too late.
Too late. I already laughed. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm crying.
So, the vast majority of people get into monogamous relationships because they feel like that's the only way they can do it. That's
Okay.
the only way that they have, right? So it's like a lot of people don't. Bear with me.
We're following. I'm following him.
So they feel like that's the only way that they have, right?
Okay.
But a lot of times what's going on in their head is not how their mind is working. It's not how their body is working. They're going off of, they're doing what they're told they're supposed to be doing instead of actually doing was actually going on, what themselves should be doing. Not everything works for everybody. So remember how earlier we were talking about.
Hold on. So I work by example. So give me an example. So two people get into a relationship. One of them feels like that they want to explore other relationships, but they feel like they can't because they're committed to the relationship, and we're labeling that as bondage.
Not as yes.
But why be committed in the first place?
Because they're
Or
told
why
they're
not go
supposed to.
find somebody else?
They're
who
told
wants to have-
supposed to because it's not that easy. It's not
What do
that
you mean
easy.
it's not that easy?
You know how many people grow up?
It's the whole community of y'all.
So hold on.
But however, just because there's a whole community of us doesn't mean that we're all involved in the same community.
I get
There's-
it. I get it.
I get what he's saying.
This is the thing. It's kind of like how the dudes be wanting the bad bitches to act like the good girls. It's the same thing. You want certain women to do what you want them to do. Like there's women who are poly, but you want the women that you like
No. It's not
to be cool with your lifestyle, right?
No. It's not even just that. It's that such you end up getting with somebody and you know it's not with that, but you want to be. You're like, okay, I'm with this person.
This is this is bondage by choice. You are choosing to be with someone who you know is like not with that shit, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god, I'm in bondage because they won't let me do it. Nigga, this is self-slavery. This is
Self-slavery.
Self-slavery.
This is voluntary slavery.
Kanye West slavery by choice.
So we're
This is
pretty much
slavery by
so
choice.
essentially in that kind of situation, we're agreeing with what she's saying. That's the kind of
no,
situation they're in that
Yeah,
body,
but she
correct?
made it. No. I can't agree with that because if you can't say this is. I'm so sad that they won't let me fuck other people when you knew that they wouldn't let you fuck other people. So
From
if
the
that's
gate.
what you want to do from jump, so it's not slavery. You're making a choice to be with someone who has the mindset of I would like
Monogamy.
a monogamous relationship, and you're saying it's not fair. And why are you crying because I cheated on you? You don't own me anyway. This
Yeah.
is what you're saying. When you should just be with another poly.
And that's why I said this shit was bullshit.
Well, because I
Yeah,
do
do a
agree.
good job.
I
Yeah, do a
still
good
agree
job.
with her
Bullshit.
though.
Hold on, I agree with the second half. I don't agree with the first half.
But at the end of the day,
See, look, I
you
got him
still
quiet
don't.
right now. Look, he's quiet.
She's talking.
Good job.
But I'm saying you don't control nobody. Even if you're in a monogamous relationship, you make a commitment. You still don't control that person's
That's
actions. You can
facts.
have the expectation,
Totally agree.
but you still don't.
But that's
But
where
that's why I said I agree with the
A
second
lot of
half.
people can't
that's
get
where
out
the-
of that.
But that's where the hurt comes from, right? Because you made an agreement. This is why people get hurt.
and I held up my end.
right,
And you
and I
didn't.
held up my end, and I wasn't out here in these streets, and I wasn't for the streets. You know, I mean, there's a lot of factors. You know what I'm saying? Like,
People got to start looking at cheating as a character flaw. I think that's what
And not-
people.
For sure. Take it personally.
I think that's the
That I agree
issue.
with.
That's the issue with
That
a
I
lot of
man,
people.
I expect everybody. to cheat on
But the
me,
problem
bro.
is that when
Ain't
most
gonna
people
lie.
cheat, they will deflect the blame and point it to the person that they cheated on.
And this is why you can call it- 'Cause
they always
because
ask why.
it's a if you would have done this, if you would have done this, if you would have done this, then I wouldn't have cheated. Instead of taking the responsibility of saying, no, I just have a flaw that I was not able to stay committed or communicate what I needed. And when I did communicate what I need, and if you didn't fulfill that, then that means I need to find somebody else. Because the adult thing to do would be, this is not working. I need to find somebody else that will fulfill my needs instead of keeping that person to being selfish and then still trying to find what you need on the back end and then getting caught with it.
Because what she's doing is she's victim blaming. She's saying, hey, why are you living in this bondage? You should just let me cheat. Right? And you don't own me in the first place. So since you don't own that person, then why, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to control what they're
Well, she's
doing.
pushing the poly narrative, and what I don't like about this, and I don't even say this generation, because I hate when people say that. What I don't like in these times is it seems like we are getting further and further away from accountability.
Facts.
And we're getting closer and closer to just complete freedom. I can just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Nobody says that a diet is bondage, because if I want a result, then that means there's certain things I cannot eat. So then we're like, oh, well, you're in bondage. You can eat whatever you want to eat. No, there's certain things that I cannot eat. And if I want the result that I want, then I have to make a decision
Come on, bro.
to work out. I have to make
Come
a
on,
decision to get up early. I have to make a decision to eat the foods that I want to
Come on,
get the
bro.
result that I want. So nobody says, oh, man, no, you can eat whatever you want and whatever. No, because certain things lead to certain results. If you want to
Facts.
be in a committed relationship,
There's certain things
then
you
there
gotta
are
do.
certain things that will be conducive to making that relationship
And-
better.
and-
If you want to be in a poly relationship, then you need to get with somebody that is like-minded, that has the same values, that
Facts.
has the same thoughts, that has the same
You need to be
ideas
doing
about
that
what that
with
This
relationship
is-
looks
this
like.
is why I don't
That's
like
not
when people.
always
This is why.
real.
This is why I don't like when people be like, "Well, you want this kind of person, but you don't want to go be the kind of person that person wants." It's a trade. This is what it's required. Some things in life you could never obtain if you are not willing to change for those things. Like you said, a diet. You have to change your psychological mindset. Look at Ebony. Right, you know how much discipline that takes to do that, right?
Or even Steph.
or Steph,
Steph
right?
Tyson, yeah.
right, right. But you know what I'm
out
saying.
here.
But because
How many times does Steph come in here and be like, put them
No.
cheesecakes away?
Facts.
I can't touch them.
because
And that's the thing.
because
I
that's
had to
what it
learn how to
takes.
say. You have to learn how to say no to
So why
yourself.
can't? Yeah, but
Because it's the shit you want.
But-
It ain't
but
nobody else saying, hey, everybody's not just offering it to you. You have to say no to yourself.
Yeah, but
sometimes.
so you're willing to make whatever sacrifices it took to obtain the results that you want. I feel like people are so unfair in relationships when saying, well, I have to be this person because this is what this person likes. Yes, that's what it takes. You are giving yourself in exchange for
But
this
not
is what
really,
it is.
because this is the thing, and that's why I tell people to find your person. Like I'm trying to tell you, find somebody with like-minded, you know what I'm saying, goals, visions, everything, because then you don't have to change necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Do you have to compromise in relationship? Yes, but you don't necessarily have to change who you are
Who your
to be what this
core
person
person is.
wants.
But
You feel what I'm saying?
sometimes-
I don't have to
Yeah.
change my
Somet-
core person. My person
Yeah, but
actually
that's
aligns
okay.
with
But that's
that.
what I'm talking about. Compromise. I'm not talking about changing your character.
Like,
I'm
you
just
could-
saying.
you could-
I'm just
I
saying if this
compromise
person
all the
likes
time.
if this person likes Thai food and you don't like Thai, you know what I'm saying? Like there's things you can.
The thing you gotta compromise a little bit.
because
Yeah.
there's some things
Nonsense.
that you need. Somebody might need you to do this, and this because that's what they need help with in their life.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta be willing to be that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying change your core,
Right.
But you gotta be willing to. So if you want to,
No, but people literally will try to just be somebody that they feel like somebody else wants.
A
And I'm like,
chameleon.
bro, you're not
Yeah.
gonna make, just like we were
Yeah.
just saying, that's traumatic as fuck to
Mm-hmm.
have to go somewhere and not be able to be you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't fit in there.
yeah.
If you don't fit in there, that's not the person for you. If you truly have to change who you are, you have to do things that you feel like compromise your happiness, you know what I'm saying? Then that's not the person for you.
Where I will agree with you on is it can be bondage if, like what she just said, if you are putting yourself in a situation that you know that you do not fit.
Exactly.
If you want to be with multiple partners, but then you get into a committed relationship, you are putting yourself in
it's still a
bondage
choice.
because what you're doing is you are saying that you are going to be committed to one person, but you really want to be with multiple different people.
So it's
But you're doing what you have to do.
So it's Kanye West.
So you saying it's a little choice, but so you still choose to be in the bondage.
yes, you're
Yeah.
choosing to be in bondage.
But you're
And
putting
this-
yourself in the bondage
choosing-
because
you're choosing
you're
to
signing
be
up for
there.
something that you did not want
Yeah.
to do.
if you sign up for something that you don't really want, and then you have to
Yep.
adhere to those rules, that is a
Man,
that's a
that's like
choice
me
for
getting
bondage.
with somebody that be like, look, I want you to be home. I want you to cook every day. I want you, nigga,
That's not who you are.
that ain't gonna work for me. I got to go find somebody else because
Yeah.
if I ain't finna work and I'm finna just, that don't
Yeah.
work for me.
If you-
And people will get in that type of situation.
Right, so there's some people who
and be
don't,
miserable.
Right, there's some people who don't want to cook, but their partner's like, I want somebody who cooks. Right, so you could say, I just absolutely hate cooking.
It's men that'll
Yeah.
want you to be home, just raise the kids, all of that, and that's wonderful. That's beautiful for the women that like
For
that.
the women like that. Exactly.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm finna be out here. I'm finna work. We finna
But
build.
if I'm in a
you know what I
monogamous
mean?
relationship and then you cheat on me and then you say, oh, nigga, you knew I was poly.
That's crazy. I think too. That's why I be like, ask some questions. Like, figure out some things about people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like their views on certain things, and you know what I mean? Like, you get into these relationships with people, and then you find out that y'all not even on the same wavelength on your thoughts on commitment. Your thoughts on
Business,
what even like
morality, the
I
whole
would tell
shit.
people, always ask somebody what their definition of honesty is, because everybody's
All that.
definition is different. Because a lot of people feel like omitting is not lying, and for me that's big.
lying.
About 95% of people think that
That's
think
lying.
that's
That's
lying.
big. But a lot
Sure
of people
lying.
feel like if you didn't ask and I
No,
didn't say nothing,
I'm the same way.
That's
If
That's-
you
bruh.
omit
You-
information,
You know
or-
why? You know
on
why it's a lie.
purpose?
You know why it's a
It's a
lie
lie.
because it's a lie because you knew that what you were gonna tell me was gonna bring some consequences.
Yep.
exactly. And so
That's why it's a lie.
those are the type of things that I feel like kind of like get overlooked, and you know what I mean, like
They don't
little
get
things.
overlooked. They don't get overlooked. People just
Sometimes-
don't want to
No,
take
a lot of
accountability
people,
or admit it.
a lot of people because they look at the good of the relationship
Nah.
instead of thinking about down the
I'm a-
line. Even like I tell people the same way you said. I said, ask them what their definition of love is.
Yep.
because
All
your
that.
definition of love may be totally different than their definition of love.
Oh,
They
no.
may
Real.
see a total different kind of love growing up that you saw a different kind of love.
That's
You know what I
real.
mean? So you really got to get to them deeper questions, because if
Yeah.
not, you gonna end up looking at the person like, well, you assume that they think the same way you think.
Everybody has a different worldview,
Yeah.
and people will be like, "Oh, I want somebody that's honest. I want somebody that's financially stable." Well, what does financial stability look like to that
to
person?
you.
Because to some people, financial stability is just being able to make ends meet.
Mine looks
Facts.
like Jim Jones.
You feel what
No,
I'm saying?
no, facts.
Everybody's view is different.
No, that's real, because me and Candace had that conversation with what that looked like for us. My financial stability looked totally different than her financial
Yep.
stability.
Tyson
So
like,
she
shit,
thought we were good at one point, and I was like, nah, we ain't cool.
we ain't good.
No. So, but that's where you
Everybody's
have to
different.
have those conversations. But you
Well,
don't know that. And you
that's-
know what? I think the other thing too, I think where she's speaking of, and we can't ignore that this does happen, is that some people get in a committed relationship too early, and then as they grow, they want to explore different things, and they don't know how to tell their partner that. And I think that's where she may be talking about some of the bondage, because you're like, I really love this person, I don't want to hurt them, but I
gotta
feel
do
like
what's best
I
for you.
can't grow outside of this relationship. Sometimes you got to break up with people.
Sometimes you got to see you got to get back to the streets and see what's out there.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll be right back.
to the okay. I went back to the streets. I ain't never going back.
I've been
I'm
in the
through
streets
with
for
the
3 years.
streets.
I've been in the streets for 3
Man,
years.
ain't nothing.
And the streets ain't the same no more.
Oh,
so
my
I definitely
God.
don't want to go back.
Streets is trash.
Okay.
That's why you go to the streets with no expectations.
Trashy. It's ghetto.
The fact,
You go there with no expectations.
If I have to go somewhere with no expectations, I don't want to go there.
I've not been there. I know y'all be like, oh, people be trying to speak on it. They ain't dated in all this time. Blah blah blah. I've read the reviews. One
Nah,
star.
nigga.
Well,
Don't subliminally talk about me sitting next to
I've
you.
read the
I
reviews.
saw the trailer.
Nah. That's how niggas get.
I've
you. I
seen the
saw
Yelp.
trailer. The game is different, because you got niggas who throwing audibles like this nigga out here. Who
What
talk
audibles?
about polys and shit and all kind of shit that I feel like I'm enslaved because you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, nah. Bruh, nah, that's an audible, bro. That's not damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, if you would just let me fuck other women,
We could last.
we wouldn't have these problems. You know what? I don't belong to you. I just thought about it.
This
You
is-
know
this-
what? You should know that.
This is why the love of photo beat didn't work.
It's
exactly
never gonna
why.
work. It's never gonna work.
Yes, it
man.
will.
Speak
That
life
was-
into his life.
Look. We had a
Speak life
conversation.
into his life.
We were talking about it earlier, right?
He can choose to be a.
Hold on, no, I want to hear this.
No,
from
no,
him.
no. I'm currently not in relationship mode. So why would I act like I'm going to be in a relationship if I don't want to be in one?
When were you?
So I don't act this way when I'm in a relationship.
We talked about
Well,
this last episode.
No, I got a question. This is my question, and I just because I want to ask this not just for you, but for other men too, and for other women. If you've created a habit of being in multiple relationships or being with multiple people, where do you think you can turn off the switch?
It's not that hard.
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
Oh, it is.
It's just like going.
It's just like creating a habit.
It's just like going
I
on a
said
diet
this.
and losing weight.
Remember,
I don't
remember
think
when
so.
I said this?
It-
When I
for
said
me,
that,
it's
that
really
women
that
have to
easy.
marry hoes, and we have to just take the chance that he ain't gonna be like this
Yeah.
once he in a relationship.
Yeah.
But like literally, what we have to go on and what we see is just you being a fuck nigga. But we have to be like, oh, but when he's in a relationship, he might be different. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when my husband was the same thing. He was like, oh, well, I'm single. Like how I am in a relationship is
That is
different.
correct.
But now that we're in a relationship, I don't trust you because I see how you moved when you were single. And for women, mentally, it's kind of like
But guess what
if
you
that's
did?
your character, that's your character.
But guess what you did? You married that nigga.
Shit, after a long
No
time.
matter
I had to
what.
go back to the streets.
No matter what.
For the streets.
You can't expect what's going to happen in the future. You cannot. You can have. I'm sorry.
Y'all
you can.
do. Y'all said when
You-
women,
you-
if they
you
a
can-
hoe now, they gonna always be
That's
a
not.
hoe.
No. It's not just that. It's men. Men choose who they're gonna be based off of their past. So she could be potentially a good chick in the future, but we don't take that risk.
See, but
That's
and
what
I
I'm
think
saying. We do.
I think that's my
Because you
point.
guys
Is
don't-
my point
you
is
guys don't
if
care about
you
that.
let's say if you had to date or entertain 4 different women to be satisfied, then you're telling me in the future you're going to find one woman that is going to be all 4 of those women and satisfy your appetite.
Do you know okay, from experience. This is
Well, and
This is from experience.
and everybody's different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it can't
No,
be possible. I'm just saying
I'm just
for
gonna say
the general
myself. I'm gonna
public.
say for myself. When I was dating 4 or 5 people at a time, I had a blast.
Well,
Right.
dating and entertaining, I think, are two totally
Yeah.
different
No,
things.
okay. Well, whatever.
What's the
But you're
difference-
saying
what's-
dating.
what's the
Yeah.
difference
Because
between
we
dating
said
and-
that you should date multiple people
Yeah.
to find the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
But
did.
you were saying you're not in relationship mode, and that it seemed like you wanted a poly relationship where you wanted to have multiple women, right?
Right?
Okay, so now you're switching from a situation where you need multiple women
Okay. I
to
see
now
where
I
you're
need
going. I see
now
where
I'm
you're
going to just one.
I see. So because
So-
when you're dating, you're not really in a
You're not in a poly relationship. You're just
Yeah,
dating to
you're
figure
dating.
out what you like and who you
yeah.
want to
Because
be with.
for me, dating 4 or 5 people, it's fun as fuck. You know what I mean? It's great. But when you start to get back into like, okay, I found the person, then you start being like, yo, I could save 4 dinners a week.
Yeah.
I could save money here.
Yeah.
I could do this here. So you do find yourself being fulfilled in,
Right.
in one person.
But that's a switch. That's a switch before you even get into a
Yeah, with
relationship.
the intent of dating one.
One,
person.
exactly. That's your
Yeah.
intention. That,
Yeah.
that was your original intention.
Yeah, exactly. With the
His
intent of
original
dating.
intention was poly. Then
Oh,
now you're
okay.
saying now I want one, and that's what I'm saying. Where do you switch?
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so I will agree with you that that's probably a hard switch.
No, okay.
When you
so,
can be in a relationship with 2 people at the same time. Or
yeah.
more.
It really depends. Due to the fact that you know how you're talking about, you like, oh, I see how you move in these streets, but you didn't see me being in a 4-year relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
you don't
true.
like
He was
it's
in that
it's
for
not
a
like it's
long
not like it's
time.
not
He was in that for a
possible.
That's
long
fair.
time.
You
He
know what I
was.
mean? You only looking at what you don't want to. You look at the issues and shit instead of looking at like he is capable of doing that because I have
He did.
done it before. I
She
can
still wants
do
him
it
back.
again.
She talks about him in my inbox all the time.
So it's not like it's not like I'm just out here. Just this is how I am. I have always.
No,
been
yeah,
and
that I
shit.
get it. I get
right.
it.
If I'm single, I'm free. I have no bondage
If
to
you're
anybody.
single, you're Tyson.
Yeah.
Peace for the streets.
But and it's like
Delivered.
there's a lot of things that we don't get everything that we want. Somebody could be talking about I want a poly relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I might find somebody that doesn't want a poly relationship, but it's like, damn, she's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I can go ahead and sacrifice not having a poly
It's not a
relationship.
sacrifice.
It's bondage, according to her.
This is bondage. You're right.
According
I
to
guess
her,
it
it's
is sacrifice.
bondage.
I guess it is.
Well,
You
No,
know,
I'm saying according to her, it's bondage.
if you satisfied,
a
you
relationship,
satisfied.
a relationship is not a relationship overall is not bondage.
Okay.
If you're in there and you feel like it's bondage, you
Unless
gotta
you,
get the hell out.
I'm about to say, unless you allow it to be.
Right. If you
And
allow it to be
and
bondage,
that's your
then-
it's your mindset towards it that it could be bondage.
exactly. If you in there and you feel like you can't leave
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, if you were in there because you want to be there, cool. If you're there because you feel like you need to be there, you got an issue.
Yeah, well, you need to be there, or you're there and you're not fully satisfied. Because, like I said, I'm in this women's sensuality group, and I'm like, why are y'all still in these relationships? Like, some of these scenarios, like, what should I do? How can I? I'm like,
Because
girl,
everything else
what did you
outweighs that.
You
And they may be in
bondage.
love with him.
Bondage, because you not satisfied on any level.
Well, satisfied sexually or
No.
just in any other relationship?
Any level,
Not
like
even sex?
mentally, like
Not-
especially that's the main part of the group.
No, I know.
Oh,
but I'm
shit.
asking outside
Niggas
from
is
the
out here
sex. So
not
outside of that,
delivering
still
orgasms?
It's
not.
that bad.
Yeah, see, but
Still?
you know what? The
Oh.
other coin of this that no other, I ain't gonna say no other generation. Most other generations have not had to deal with is living in a society where your basic needs are not met by your employer, where you cannot, like in California, it is almost a necessity for you to have 2 income households.
Yep, that's
so
true.
you end up in a situation that maybe you should not be in,
Yep.
just because you need to just get by from day to day.
Sometimes a lot of people
there's situationships.
is homosexuals.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they literally with somebody because they need a place to stay.
Exactly.
It's a
And
lot.
they're willing to keep their mouth shut because they know that they can't afford their own apartment.
You think that's why it's so trash dating out here?
I believe that's part of it.
It's just the money.
I
Low
believe
key.
so. We are in California,
Man, this is why people call me stuck up.
Because you ain't got no roommates?
but it's true.
Because I don't need.
It's true.
nobody.
When you can't pay the rent on your own,
Yeah.
you may be willing to deal with some shit that you normally wouldn't be.
That's
dealing
why you
with.
got people
Facts.
out here
Not right.
dating but living with their baby mama and people accepting it like that makes sense. Like, girl, it don't. I don't give a fuck how expensive it is out here. I ain't dating somebody that live with their baby mama still.
Nigga, let me find a chick living with her baby daddy. So you live with your baby dad, but y'all not smashing, and he cool with me coming over there to smash?
I've seen
That's
messages. I've seen
crazy.
messages from chicks that be like, niggas be saying that shit and be like, oh well, you know, I ain't touched in 6 months. I'll be sleeping on the couch.
Lying.
it may be true.
Nah, nigga.
Most times it's not.
That's the old.
But what I'm saying is though, but people do end up in those situations because of their financial
It's
situation.
not that serious, man. Go to Texas.
I'm weak.
Sometimes people can't.
Go to Vegas. You can drive to Stockton.
That's
You know,
that's how so many people end up in Atlanta and Vegas and end up coming back.
Yeah.
coming back to what? Worse than they left with?
They be coming back.
Well, I like that clip.
I don't know about half the high school class I know they lived in Atlanta or Vegas at some point in time in their life.
I lived in Texas.
I lived in Vegas.
Only reason I came back was because
few months.
the hurricanes. That was not for me.
I didn't live there, just visited.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Extended.
But it was
Drake
lit.
was on to something.
He was.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
He knew. He saw it early.
Oh.
That was a good
He
conversation.
didn't say. He didn't
Hey,
say.
man,
And,
hey, listen,
and
man,
that's
no.
why Kevin Samuels has the platform he has today.
Exactly, because of this bullshit.
Hmm. And because high value men are in need.
We are definitely in need.
So
For sure. And like Zenzi said, it's not just your money.
I told y'all, high value men is the new bad bitches.
you're right.
I
We
feel
are.
like I feel like
They the new bad bitches.
hey,
He
I-
said,
don't worry.
With no bundles.
Nah.
No bundles.
Look at
high value men is a new light skinned
Look
chick.
at I'm bundleless. I'm
Oh my
bundleless.
god.
I'm
No
so
lashes.
weak.
No lashes.
No
No
nothing.
lashes.
No
just
filters.
I'm
No
telling you, money
BBLs.
is niggas makeup.
Best friend is Ben.
If a show is,
Best friend is
Money
Benjamin.
is
it
niggas
for
makeup.
Best
show
friend
is.
And if you
Lineups.
don't have money and look like Tyson, nigga,
Money is
Man.
niggas
it's
makeup.
over. It's over.
Don't have
It's-
money. Don't have
it-
money and be popping.
It's
If you have money and you popping,
tell me about how
it's a
hard.
wrap.
Tell me about how hard my life is.
it's
Man.
a wrap.
Tell me about how hard Photo B's life is.
Niggas be looking like that dude off of 90 Day Fiance, Ed with the no neck, and be pulling all the bad
Pulling
ones.
everybody. I told you.
Be looking like a turtle, nigga.
The
You in the
80%,
VIP.
20%, that
You
be
in
in the
you in
80%.
you in the VIP popping bottles.
Hey, she said.
That's the new catfish.
She
Niggas be having money and be
man.
enticing bitches, and then you find out they
yeah,
ain't shit.
because they be buying them everything.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
I'ma fly you
the,
out.
the old switcheroo.
Hey,
I'ma
listen.
pay for
Remember,
your
Steph, I
rent.
told you, all you gotta be is what the other person wants. If a nigga has money, these girls want money.
Man.
But
They want
those
bags,
those
they
girls
want
is
bundles.
the boosie ones.
That's cool, but if you just Photo B out here just playing,
Well, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's paradise.
But you ain't gonna find the ones that's.
Well, you
they
know
the
what?
bootsy ones.
Wait, you said what?
I think
I
we
said they're the bootsy
we
ones.
used to think that, but I think some of the good women are seeing the bootsy women winning and they switching over
That's
You
true.
low key.
And they starting to move like
because
the
they
bootsies.
like, damn, like I'm just being a good woman out here and
It ain't getting me
I ain't
nowhere.
getting exactly. So I might as well do what these women is doing.
And a
Yeah,
lot of it too comes down
that's
to a
true.
lot like getting the
Yeah.
getting the money.
Hotels.
It ain't like a lot of girls are really talking about like, oh, if you're not buying this or buying that, but then there's other girls who was like not even tripping off of that, but they got somebody else in their ear like, oh, he should be doing this. He should be like, I don't care about that. Like, I know somebody who's gonna be doing
I definitely
some shit.
think people are starting to move with what they feel like is winning. And I think that's the unfortunate thing because,
Unfortunate for who?
no, I'm just saying because niggas be tricking and then the women that are, flock towards that is the ones that seem like they winning and then all the good women start
We got to
acting like.
redefine what winning looks like.
Exactly.
Winning looks like
It's individual.
it is. Winning is when you get what you really want out of life. Then you're winning. It's not necessarily having
Yep.
a big old bag, but when you are fulfilled in what you are searching for in your life, you are winning.
Because
Like
we
what-
know
like how
that
you
because we
said.
know people that's winning technically
In the
air
public.
quotes they're winning and
Committing suicide.
they're really they're not fulfilled so they still losing just like we
we sound like that. We
oh.
sound like
No, it's true.
let me not get too early on the trash as fuck person
we sound
No,
sound,
winning,
we
that's
sound too early. We sound like King of the Hill.
because we seen somebody that said I might look like I'm winning but we got it worse than y'all so we gonna talk about it though
Want to trade, bro?
That's a perfect.
we gonna talk
Oh
about
no, we can't transition to that because you got a scenario.
Oh yeah.
Niggas be acting real bougie. They get a bag. They
Winning
forget the
is not
struggle.
having your bills paid for, but you getting your ass beat behind closed doors.
it. It's a lot.
Oh shit! When you get on a boat to Dubai and you got 18 Arabian dudes taking a poop on you, but you're taking yacht pictures.
Why do I feel like that's the same story that I know about?
You might know. It's a real story.
I know.
That's the Trey song special.
No.
Or the Odell special, excuse me.
Bro, I know at least 3 girls that have gone to Dubai and come back like, yo, these dudes wanted to poop on me.
Like that's they shit.
That's like what they do.
Damn.
That's not funny, bro. These niggas,
That's their shit.
It is hilarious.
See?
I didn't get it the first time. I just slow
It was a double entendre.
It was a great double entendre.
Double entendre.
It wasn't a funny joke, but the entendre was fire. Actually, it was shitty.
It was boo-boo.
Scenario, please, sir.
All right. So this guy is texting his baby mom's, aka semen incubator. Is what she said is what the name is saved under.
That's what it's saved under?
Saved under
Oh, my
semen
God.
incubator. Hey,
We're
look.
already getting off on a bad
Hey, look
foot.
on the
You
other
lost me
end.
right there.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Other side, they be like sperm donor. So,
That lets me know a lot I need to know before I even hear the scenario. So
all right.
All right.
It'll be the same. It'll be the same on both sides. But go ahead.
So
guarantee
he
it.
goes, I just told my son to get on the game so he can play the Call of Duty. And he said, you took it. She's like, yeah. He's like, why? Because he wouldn't let his brothers play with him. He's like, it's his game. He doesn't have to let them play it. And she goes, in this house, we share. So yeah, he do. And then he goes, that's crazy. Because you got 4 kids and none of them share the same daddy. Give my son back his game so we can play.
God damn. Damn.
And she just ends it with, bye, Rich.
So it's safe
She
to
took the
assume
high
that his
road.
name is Rich.
His name is Rich.
All right, we're gonna call him Dick.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked she
Richard.
just said bye. But everybody, do things how they
All
wanna
right,
do
we
it.
can. I think this is a quick one. This is quick.
Do you feel like Do you feel like his game should have been taken away for not sharing with his brothers because it's because his dad bought it for him?
Once you buy somebody something, as a child, it was nothing ever was like solely mine. And in my household, it was the same thing. I was taught to share. So that's her house, and I know most women gonna say that's her house, that's her rules. But if it was something petty or something crazy, then I would say maybe she's doing a little too much. But sharing with your brothers, that is a reasonable. If he was being selfish and did not want to share with his brothers, and if she's trying to instill in him character and being able to share and be open with your brothers or your family, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay, let me ask you guys this. Who here plays Call of Duty?
I used to play CS.
I
It's a
have.
one-person game.
It's a one-person game.
It is.
Right now, if you're playing online, it is a one-person game.
Yep.
You cannot
But
share.
if you die,
Unless
nigga,
you're
your
on team.
turnover.
Nope. You're not playing on my profile.
Oh, that's whack.
You're not playing my profile. You're not messing with my KD. You're not playing. You're not playing my game.
I think
You telling me he ain't got no other games? He said
it's Call of Duty.
He said I asked him to get on Call of Duty because
So-
obviously
so
that's what
that's-
the dad plays.
he
But that
wasn't-
don't mean
yeah,
he ain't got
I'm
other
thinking
shit.
that he's
He
talking about the
wasn't playing the
system.
game.
Me
I'm
too.
thinking he's talking about the
Well, I'm
system.
thinking
No,
overall,
he took Call of Duty. Now I don't think she took
No,
the
she
system.
No,
It's
I
the
think she took
system.
the whole system.
She
If
took
she
the
if she
system.
took if she took the system, I'm okay with that as well. I'm okay with that as well because we're not gonna raise no kids like that. I do feel another way though, like if the dad bought the system and he hits her up and he's like, "Yo, I want to play the game with my kid," I feel like you could let him play and then
No.
put it back up.
Absolutely not. And I don't be liking that kind of stuff because when you have a 2-parent household and that's split, if you on punishment over here, you on punishment over there too.
Because that's
I don't
honestly,
be liking that.
But
Ain't no exceptions to the
I
punishment.
guess if that's like their thing, the dad and the son, if that's like
He
what
got
they
a
do
phone.
together.
Stop playing with me.
Nah, but if
Nah.
Call of Duty
You
is
got other
see,
options.
but that's why
you
I
got
said.
other options when you on punishment.
Well, cause,
period.
Well, because when
Yeah,
my
but-
kids,
but-
when my kids are on punishment, they're on punishment, right? But I also we also spend daily physical time together. I'm always with her, right? It's almost stupid that we're divorced.
Okay, so wait a minute.
I see her every goddamn day. But if that's the thing that dad and that son do on a regular basis, and that's like their bonding time when he's away, I would let him play with his dad, and then I would put it up again. And I just feel like if that's what they do, that's what they do.
So-
but other than that, if you're not sharing,
I feel like he should be. That's the other thing that I don't like when people are split up is that they don't reinforce
should
the
encourage
rules.
the
You know what
sharing,
I'm
though.
saying? Like you should be trying to reinforce what she trying to instill, and that's the issue. Is because like kids get by. And they end up with these character flaws because the parents ain't on the same page. You know what I mean? They know they could circumvent by I could go to dad because dad, you know they don't get along. That you know they not on one accord. So you can get what you want by going through your dad. Like you know what I'm saying? That's whack.
So it really depends on what she took. if she took the system and not Call of Duty, if she took the whole system because he wasn't sharing a whole different game, like there's something else that they could play multiplayer wise, okay, I understand that. But if she took Call of Duty, just the game itself, like she doesn't. It's that like she's not allowing understanding to come in about how the game works.
About the one avenue. What does the text say? What does it say?
It
Game?
you said you took the game, but people usually call the system the game.
system.
That's what I call. I just call it the game.
That's what my
He
mom.
said we could play. You get on the game so we can play Call of Duty, and he said you took it.
Get on the game so we could play Call of Duty. Get on the system so we could play Call of Duty.
Right.
She
but
took the whole shit.
He was being specific. He said Call of Duty, and he said you took it. And who knows?
She took the system. I feel like she took the system.
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't know what she took.
My
because to
parents
me-
were so cold, they would just take the power cord and let you look at the system.
Period.
Because my thing of
Or
it
just not play,
is the
just-
point is if it, let's say she took the physical game, he can still play other games. So is the punishment? So to me that doesn't make sense. If you're taking one game but
took
allowing
the
him to play
system.
other games, then if the point was he wasn't
You
sharing,
wasn't sharing,
then
you
you
took
can
the whole
you
shit.
can not share with the other games too.
Because I'm the same way. Honestly, I'm not really a big proponent of sharing. I understand sharing with your siblings or whatever, but I don't feel like you have to share everything. And I feel like we're not allowed to say no as black
That's true.
children. And I tell people all this, like when my nieces, if they arguing over, if she don't want you to play with her shit, the answer is no.
That's
but when
true.
you turn around and ask to play with hers, remember that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
That's
'Cause
how I was
that's how you
raised.
got to teach them. You know what I'm
That's how I
saying? If you
was raised.
saying
Yeah,
no,
that's
she
true.
can't play with your dog, cool. But don't turn around and try to play with her shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But if y'all sitting there arguing over something, I don't deal with it. I'm taking it. Ain't nobody playing with it.
Look, me, when I was
And
growing
that's
up,
kind of what I thought the scenario was. Go ahead.
look, when I was growing up, my little sister wanted to play some games with me and shit, but she was trash and I hated it. So I didn't want to like have to I didn't have the patience to play with my little sister on this game because she wasn't up to my same pacing. Even still now, I don't like playing with people who aren't on the same pacing because it's like, yo, you're holding me back. I'm getting frustrated.
Right.
I
think
don't
as
want to play
parents,
with
you got to know that though, and I feel like as parents, you should be able to say that you are allowed your time where you get to just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like parents have to be cognizant of that when you have kids on. You know what I'm saying? Like your kids should be able to have alone time.
That's true.
They should, because I feel like we grow up and we don't know how to create
Shit, my
boundaries.
kids
We
say
don't know
hello
how to
all
say
the
no
time.
to people. We feel like we have to share everything that we have because that's how we was raised. We weren't raised to say, you know what, I know about sharing, and I do that, but I don't want to right now.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
cool.
I agree. I think too, like they should be on the same page as far as if that's their specific bonding time when he's not there, then she should carve out time for that to happen. You know what I mean? Like if they're
That's how I felt
playing
about
on the game and that's how they connect,
That's how I felt.
then on those times, like she should be understanding by saying, you know, if the other kids want to come in the room and play during that time, like, hey, you know, give him his time. You guys can play after he's done with, you know, but then you got to tell him, hey, as soon as you're done with that game, you know, you need to allow, like, if you're trying to teach them to share, as soon as you're done, because you're right, there needs to be personal time, but there should be
Yeah.
time with, there's a time and a place for both.
Exactly.
Can't be always all the time sharing.
Always
because then
sharing.
you feel like that you don't have any personal time to yourself. So I think that she could have been a little bit more understanding on that point too.
I mean,
And she could have
I mean,
communicated it to the dad too if she knows that's their time. Like, hey,
Exactly.
look, his game is took right now, so you know what I mean. It is what it is. But I feel like people don't know how to call. Obviously, they don't have a good relationship if that's her name in his phone.
And
And I'm sure
yeah.
her shit is probably some whack shit too.
Yeah, and he had to find out through the son.
So they obviously don't really.
So
communicate.
she didn't tell him exactly.
Yeah, because Rye definitely, as soon as they get in trouble, she's like, get on the phone with your dad.
That's whack to me
Every
when
time.
people communicate through their kids though.
It is because it puts them in the middle.
It really do.
Yeah,
It puts
no,
them in the middle.
I think I think the whole sharing thing is like when you like if I bought something specifically for this person, right? He said he bought this game for his kid to play, for his kid to play. If I'm buying my kid a bike, I don't expect him to share it. That's his bike.
I think a bike is different. A bike is intended for one person.
But I mean, if someone like, oh, it's now their turn, that's still sharing.
It depends on how you act, and I feel like it's
the
kind of
same-
like the way
same
that I
concept. Whether it's
Especially
a
when
game
you-
system or it's a bike.
when you have
I know,
kids
I know,
that have
that's
different
No, that's
parents
what I agree
or
with
different
you.
fathers or whatever, different mothers, you have to be real careful about that. And when you're trying to like build that relationship between them, especially when, you know, maybe one dad's more involved or buying this or buying systems and stuff like that. Like, it depends on how the kids is acting, because I've seen kids act like, oh, I got this, or my dad bought me this, and trying to stunt on their siblings, and that shit ain't right. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that about anything. I don't like when kids, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no fucking job. Simmer down. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see it, especially amongst siblings, you can't let that ride.
And as a mom, you can't show that there's differences, because it's like, oh, well, this daddy loves you better, so he bought you this, and this daddy didn't love you, and he didn't get you nothing. So it's like you're in the same household with maybe one child that has a game system, but the other child didn't. How is that? And as a child, you got to think, how does that affect the child? You know what I mean? So it's like, so is that one kid gonna have a rocked out room with a game system and everything, and then everybody else is depending on what their dads provide? Because as a mom, they're looking at you. They're not looking at, you know what I mean?
But you still want to build that brotherhood. I feel like it's the same with the scenario of when the dude came and picked up the son and left the other one to walk.
Exactly.
Like, bruh, I'm not trying to raise my kids to differentiate between each other like they blood siblings, and I want them to have that brotherhood.
That was a scenario I was thinking about, because to me that's the same thing. Because it could have been, oh, well, I came to just pick him up. Okay, but then again, you're separating the other kids. And you can say that's only his responsibility.
That's true.
But at the same time, it's like, then you're creating the separatism, the you know, you're going to create some animosity between the kids.
But at the same time, too, it's like
a little bit of division.
But it's like, okay, with the picking up the son thing, right? It's like, if I'm picking up my son, I want to spend time with my son and bond with my son, because this is comfortable for me. I may not have that type of connection with the other kid, so it might be
That's
awkward.
true, but
having
if
them
they
around.
walk home together,
the right way to do that, bruh, is if you pick up that kid, you could drop the other kid off at home safely,
and then go spend time with
or
the
go
kid.
get your kid from the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they walk home together, get your kid from the house, but don't leave one of the brothers to walk home by themselves. That's trash. And I feel like as a man, you shouldn't be teaching your kids to leave their siblings behind. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. As a man, how could you just leave a kid like that? Even if it was a stranger that I didn't know. I like, to this day, I'll still ask, like, if there's like, if I go pick up my daughter and then like there's a kid that's sitting there waiting that she's friends with.
Yeah.
Hey, are you good? You need me to drop you off? Did somebody coming to pick you up? And if somebody come pick you up, okay, I'm gonna wait with you to make sure that you get home safe.
Yep.
That's kind of what we do.
I mean,
that's what
it's supposed to be community and family and all of this, but we so quick to be like, that's not my responsibility. Or that's not my kid.
I think about it that way because at my kids' school, it's mostly females. So when we get there, it's at the end of the period to pick up the kids. It's my kids. It's like, we'll wait for a little bit.
Yeah, because how bad would you feel if you left
and then
something happened?
Because this is my kid and that one ain't.
And would you want somebody doing that to your kid?
Well, you know, they probably are.
I wouldn't. Like, if my daughter was sitting there waiting and you just left her being, I don't know. I just, that's just not how I'm built.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the whole, he bought it for his son, so he shouldn't have to share it with the
See, and the problem with
but you bought it and you put it in her household, so it's her house, her rules. And if she feels like sharing is something that she's trying to steal in her household, then boom.
Problem with these scenarios is that we don't have any context or background.
These scenarios.
So this is all for fun.
Yeah, these kind of scenarios are they're a wash.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get on to.
Photo B said, "I'm poly and fuck that kid."
He can't be like that, because what about his women's other kids?
Oh, if there are,
I'm sure they're gonna come in.
BJ he only has sex with girls with kids. He would never commit. Yeah, there's no way. Huh? No. He said you would be a trash ass baby daddy, bro.
Me?
Yeah, he said you would be a trash ass. I believe you might be a decent baby daddy.
Bro,
stepdaddy.
Hold on.
Stepdaddy. No, he said a stepdaddy.
Stepdaddy.
No, I thought he said. Oh, he said step. Okay.
You say you'd be a trash stepdaddy?
I've been training to be stepdad of the year.
Training?
How do you train? Let's hear about this. He's taking us on a lot of detours today.
Look,
he campaigning for trash as fuck.
Oh shit! To be stepdaddy of the year. Did you not see my video?
He went from poly to campaigning to be stepdaddy of the year.
I don't think. Hold on. I don't think I understand. Like
How are you training?
The
I
math ain't mathing.
Like-
that got to be a shirt.
any of the women that I've ever messed
That
with
gotta be a shit.
that've got kids, I'm cool
We'll go
with
ahead and
kids.
put this pop socket on there while he's talking.
Didn't you do the video where the kid was talking and
Yeah,
then you
that's
said,
a funny video. I'm talking about that.
He's like, yep, I'm about to go smash. Don't talk to me.
Rifling.
But still though, but it's like it's not like yes, I'll be a good stepdad. I'll be a good stepdad. I would. I'm cool with kids. I'm
being
cool
cool with
with
kids and
kids.
parenting kids are two totally different things.
I'm gonna say I'm
It's-
cool
it's
with
different.
kids, but
I mean, it depending on what kind of role I gotta take. If I gotta take the role of actually being like taking control of the situation of like a kid and shit, if I'm given that power from the mom, then I'll do so. If I'm not gonna be, if I don't know how I'm supposed to take care of your kid because I don't know how you raising them, I'm gonna step back and observe.
I'm done.
I'm sorry. Part of your training is you got to fight somebody because you might have to fight the baby dad.
There's a few that don't like me anyway. So I
I'm
don't
gonna
give a
tell
damn.
you what, niggas have tried it. Niggas have tried it.
Niggas gonna pull up.
Yeah, you the
Oh,
first,
so I heard she was dating this photo B nigga.
the first part of your training is be a nigga that niggas respect, because then they won't try you.
Oh, that's true.
That's the first part.
Oh man, nah, nigga, you take the wrong picture, nigga. Niggas is pulling up.
No,
That's the
that,
thing
like,
about dudes dating women with kids is that a lot of times, unfortunately, you don't really have to deal with the dad. Most of the time, you
Most
know
of
what
the
I'm
time you
saying?
don't.
Well, whereas with women, you dealing with the baby. The baby mama's there. She's
99%
the
of the
main.
time.
You know what I'm saying? She's the main caregiver. She's there. You
It
don't
is
have to deal
easier
with.
to date a chick with a trash ass baby daddy.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
a lot of the times, the mom's there.
I'm like, your baby daddy ain't present? All right.
That's what I'm saying. Like dudes be like, don't mind dating women with kids.
It's
You don't have to
me.
deal with the baby daddy. Really,
true.
the nigga ain't even there.
Yeah, I've had several situations where niggas thought they wanted to fight, and then they saw me and they were like, "You cool, nigga? Just be respectful around the kids."
Can we
man."
talk it out?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know. A nigga might fight you.
I don't know how I feel about that
You
statement.
look like a fightable nigga.
Damn.
Niggas will fight just based on what you do.
Facts.
If you're a photographer,
They
nigga, I'm
fighting
pulling
you.
up.
You can't lose to a camera, nigga.
What do you say? Why niggas want to fight the DJ? Ain't that what Charlamagne said? Why you want to fight the radio guy? Because you the radio guy.
You the radio guy.
Nigga, you about to? Yes. They will. Nigga, have a construction job or have a construction job. Don't nobody want to fight a nigga in construction.
DJ ain't got no hands, nigga. I'm pulling up.
Why niggas-
DJ's gonna be like, I got my video camera.
That's one thing. I
Text
can't
me, I'm
stand
uploading
Charlamagne,
it.
but I was weak when he said that. Why you want to fight the radio guy?
Just imagine getting beat.
Well,
by
why's
a
the
nigga.
radio guy talking shit, nigga?
Right. Nigga, that's my job. Nigga, press these other niggas.
Oh my god.
He said, if you taking photos, I'm pulling it up.
Stupid.
Where the TikTok nigga at?
that nigga do TikToks. I got him.
I can't stand
Nigga
y'all.
fight photo B, grab his dreads. Have his neck all bent out of shape.
I can't stand y'all.
Oh, that gotta be a skit. Oh my
Nigga
god.
grab him like this.
Do that for your for your TikTok.
Oh, fighting niggas based on their profession. That's hella funny.
That's facts. That nigga's a mechanic.
No.
That nigga,
That
hands
nigga
is
gonna
hard
throw a
as-
wrench at me.
He hella little though, but still like.
That nigga hands
Hey,
is stone.
every milkman getting faded.
Y'all ignorant.
Nigga, cashiers is getting these hands.
Facts. Nigga, you work for the state. I'm beating your
I'll
ass.
beat your ass, nigga.
Not the box boy
You
in
got
the back,
benefits.
though. Not the nigga working in the back of the
You
warehouse.
You got
though.
benefits, nigga. I know you can go to the hospital after.
That nigga said I work for FedEx. Nah, nigga, we cool.
Right.
No, nigga. No UPS and FedEx
can't-
niggas.
you
You
can't
ain't
fight.
trying them niggas.
Nigga said Amazon.
Them
Maybe.
niggas, them the niggas that wear black Air Force.
Nah,
Oh, nigga, all day. All day.
That's facts. That's facts, nigga. But, nigga, but I'm fucking up a Uber Eats, nigga.
Nigga, FedEx.
Catch the thing with the Uber driver.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna order this Uber and get this nigga ass.
Oh,
Y'all
This nigga
ignorant.
walking around
that's part of the
delivering.
FedEx uniform is in black Air Force. Nigga. They give you them shits when you sign on, nigga.
Here, nigga, go defend
You
yourself.
don't want to fuck with a nigga that wear black
my
Air
God.
Forces, bro.
Oh, fuck.
I got 2 pair of Black Forces upstairs.
And if that nigga got black Air
and they
Forces
always-
and black socks, that's like a Super Saiyan,
Wait,
nigga.
no. And they always tie them hoes hella tight.
The cargo pants
Because niggas, when you
Because you need that grip when you go punch. You need that grip.
with the black cargo pants.
and we wear them a
Cargo
half
shorts, the shorts.
and we wear them a half size small.
I'm screaming.
Toes
Motherfuckers be hella bent up.
Nigga, when I went to jail the first time, when they give you your shoes, I got my shoes the right size, and the nigga was like, "Is that the size you wear?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Nah, man, give him a 10 and a half." And I was like, "Why you get smaller shoes?" He said, "Cause bro, if they fight, you don't want them to fall off." Yes,
Because them niggas will take your shoes off for sure.
No, nigga, because you slip, nigga. Because
I'm
they're too big,
screaming.
you know, if you get clipped, boom, your shoes fall off, nigga. You ain't got
And
no
them
more
niggas will
grip
take
no
your
more.
shoes.
Facts.
I'm done.
He's like, yeah, give him a 10 and a half.
You need some torque.
Then the other nigga, second time I went to jail, nigga, the nigga said he wanted to trade me drawers after he already had them on. He said his drawers were too big. He said, you bigger than me. You want to
Nah,
trade?
nigga. Nah, nigga.
I'm
Excuse me?
cool.
That's a no.
That's like that video on the Reverb when I was having that little race where the girls was changing drawers. Like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
The
That is a NO. Nigga.
No,
was
it's the
like-
first, because when you go in there, they give you everything. They take all your stuff. So you get everything. They give you underwear. They give you a white beater, and then they give you shoes. And then whatever the outfit is. Yeah, nah, nigga. So we all look the same. They make you bend over and cough to see if anything falls out. And then they start giving you your clothes. But niggas is trying on clothes and really taking off underwear like, yo, these don't fit. These don't fit.
Yeah, I got a headache from laughing.
I'm weak.
That shit stupid.
We should.
All right,
we
well,
should
other
do
than
shit.
BJ, who trash as fuck?
How am I trash? How am I trash? What did I do to be trash? What did I do to be trash?
Yeah, let the prosecution state why he's trash. Let the prosecution. Well, he might be the only trash as fuck today. Let's talk
I
about it.
mean, the poly, the stepdaddy, come on now.
What was that part that was trash?
All
go-
of it.
We gonna do a poll. We gonna do a poll.
Oh,
Let's
after
do a
this
poll.
episode? Yeah, we'll
do
do
a
a poll
poll.
on this episode.
We gonna do a poll.
Motherfuckers
I'm
are
gonna
really-
put together a whole little real eclipse of BJ.
Oh,
And be
a
like-
photo B compilation.
A whole little compilation video.
That shit gonna go harder than his TikToks.
That's gonna be our first TikTok video.
If that shit, if you put all bad shit and don't put nothing good in there, you trash.
If I can find it,
She said if she can find any good ones of you, she will.
Oh my gosh.
a photo be real.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
we'll let the people decide.
Oh.
Wow. You know, when I think about the moments,
That's
that
I'm
you
gonna
had-
start doing that. I'm gonna start doing highlight.
We need a
reels of
TikTok.
everybody.
The reverb, yeah, we need a TikTok. All of our clips.
I'm gonna do highlight reels.
I mean, we can go ahead. I mean, we literally can make a TikTok and just everything that you've put on like reels and stories and all
Yeah,
that. We can
all
go ahead
that,
and put
yeah.
on TikTok.
I'm finna
Oh man.
the beginning of yours is gonna be Wild Wild West. That's gonna be the beginning. That's gonna be the beginning of yours.
That's fine.
That's gonna be
That's not incriminating in any way. shape,
Wild
or-
Wild West.
But it's
It's a
hilarious.
It is
classic.
hilarious.
It's
It is funny.
hilarious though.
That was
That
the
need to
first.
be on a shirt. Wild Wild West. With the question mark and the exclamation
It's
point.
as classic as the movie is itself.
Oh, there you go. Can we get to the trash? Let's go to the
Okay.
trash,
All right,
man.
so the trash as fuck is a little bit different, man. We're gonna leave it open for conversation later in the group. So trash as fuck for me is Akon, my brother, the only nigga on earth darker than me. I gotta give him trash because Akon made a statement about Michael K. Williams, God bless the dead, that we don't know what's going on in the pandemic. He said a lot of good shit. You know how rat poison works? It's like 97% good ingredients, but it's that 3% that kill you every time. So Akon had he was on the right path. He was doing a good job. He's talking about mental health and mental wellness and how we've been cooped up in the pandemic. We weren't able to see each other, so we're dealing with some things. And then he said the reason why his brother Michael K. Williams turned to drugs and died from drug overdoses because rich people have more problems than poor people.
I'm gonna quote him. He said, "Because we put on this facade of success, but yet behind the face, there's so much happening. The famous and the rich go through more issues than the poor. You know when they say more money, more problems. That's a real thing."
This is why you're
End
getting
quote.
trash. This is why you're getting trash as fuck, Akon. You're getting trash as fuck because, in my opinion, and nobody else's opinion matters and trash as fuck. So I don't care what you guys say later. In my opinion, I feel like it's very, very removing of the real issues of life. A lot of the issues that the rich people face are optional to me. You buy more things, you have more debt. You accrue more things, you buy more, and this is basically what happens. Rich people, in mass majority, get rich, and they buy more things. They buy more stuff, which yes, in turn requires more pressure on you to perform more. So you do attribute to your own psychological doing, outside of your family and your friends. But we forget about the people who don't have food. The people who have to choose between going to work and staying home to buy a last meal. People who can't get gas. We're talking about people who are sick and can't get medical help. We're talking about people who can't even afford drugs to deal with their problems sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? So we're talking about the multitude of people that are suffering in silence because they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have any help. They don't have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I don't feel bad for people who overdose, but to make a statement in a time like this that rich people and famous people go through more shit during a pandemic is bananas. It's very insensitive. Very insensitive. So they've been dragging that guy online. A couple people defended him. And in my opinion, dragging him is justified, especially after the co-signing 6ix9ine snitching thing and all that other shit. This is an accumulative trash as fuck for me. Terry Crews is coming soon.
He's still working on it.
Oh my God, he's
still gonna do more things.
He's doing a good job too.
You can honestly put him on ice because you know he gonna come back. With something. You know what I'm saying?
But I do want to leave it open for discussion in the comments because some people like Kai, right? Whereas he was saying that he could see how more money would bring more problems. In my opinion, most of those problems are optional. Right.
My idea, money, it brings more problems, but I feel like it also kind of, like he said, it masks the problems. The problems is already there. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom used to always say, wherever you go, there you are. If you get rich, you still the same person. If you move, you still the people. I'm going to Atlanta.
Only person
you still
can't leave is you.
You feel what I'm saying? So a
Just
lot
more
of
of who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of when you get money, there's less accountability. There's less people that are gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Be real with you. Less people that you could trust sometimes. You know. So I mean, I kind of get it.
That sounds like an everyday hood nigga.
No,
story.
it is. It definitely is. But you know what I mean? I feel like I get that part of it. But again, I feel like the choice of words.
That's probably
didn't
the
work.
problem. The problem is he said more. I
Right.
would just if like G Focus said, and we were talking earlier, if he would have said they have different problems, I could totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think what he kind of meant too is like money don't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we still have the same mental health issues. We still have the same, you know what I mean? The same struggles. And I can respect that more than saying we have more issues. Like maybe you have more pressure.
More issues
from your point of view.
More pressure from the options, the decisions that you
Yeah,
make.
from your point of
It's
view.
not,
Yeah,
see,
more
a
access.
lot of the right. So
Because
this
ain't no
is-
pressure like
this-
how I'm going to eat.
That's facts. Or how I'm going to pay for gas, or how I'm going to get my kid to the hospital if we have an accident in the house, or we don't have
or
a car.
pay the rent, or
right?
have a place to
There's
stay.
no like
Yeah.
the pressure is not the pressure for pure survival is nothing the same. There's no rich motherfucker worried about paying these bills every single month.
Well, and just the way I, you know, and we'll leave it open for, you know, for the Reverb Nation, for YouTube, whatever, for y'all to answer the question on whether you think rich people have more problems than rich and famous, excuse me.
Yeah.
People have more problems than poor people. But the fact that we just, again, and we always bring this up, I'll bring it up again. We live in a capitalistic society where the more money that you have, the more opportunities and advancement that you have. So just based on how society is set up, it's set up where the poor people at the bottom, the rich people at the top.
More
So
disenfranchised
to
at
me,
the bottom.
if you're at the bottom, you have more problems. To me, you can't choose what school you go to. You're in poor school districts, redlining. You don't have access to the same exact foods. So you know, there's liquor, there's tobacco, there's McDonald's and every like you are in a situation that is designed for you to lose,
To never get out of.
and to stay there, and
Yeah.
then for your children to stay there, and then
Yeah.
for their children to stay there.
Yeah.
So for you to say that, and especially from where he's come from,
Right.
from coming from a third world country or coming from a place where he's
You
been in
got to know the
poverty,
difference.
I know he knows the difference. I just think he just misspoke. But the way he said it definitely came off as trash.
I think the intentions. I think I could still see the.
It was good intention,
I still
and
can
we
see
have to put it in context. It was because he was talking about Michael K. Williams, so it could have coming from a place of hurt and pain that that he
or
would
maybe
have
he's
wanted.
been in that position to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I understand all of that.
But it's still,
But to say something so cliche is
No, I understand.
trash.
did he
And-
double down on it, or has he
I don't
spoken
think
on it
so.
yet?
I don't think
He
he's
will-
I
not.
think that'll make the difference for me.
Yeah, and I don't think he's one of those people that go back and forth on Twitter or nothing. I think he
Yeah.
says what he says.
He'll
he
go.
does.
He'll go do an interview with Vlad or something.
And I'm sorry, did we say rest in peace to Michael K. Williams at the
Yeah.
beginning?
I don't think we did, but
didn't. Well, I
we
said
can now
God
for
bless the
sure.
dead.
I,
Rest in peace.
I thought we did. If we didn't, I definitely apologize. Rest in peace
feel
to
like-
Michael K. Williams.
A legend.
I don't remember if we did, but if we did, if we didn't, we're doing it.
Yeah,
again.
then we're gonna say it again. Even if we did, we're gonna say it again. Rest
Yeah.
in peace to Michael K.
Yeah.
Williams.
Man, this is a good
Terrific
segue.
actor, terrific person. He was dealing with the drug addiction. So, in that, we want to give him his flowers. We should have been giving him his flowers all the time. I think we have, but if we didn't, we're going to give him the respect now. And this should remind you, or if you have a loved
Mental
one
health.
that is dealing with an addiction, to check on him.
Addiction,
Definitely.
mental health, loneliness, sadness. Check on your strong friends, because Michael K. Williams was definitely the strong friend.
Exactly.
Check on those people, man. It's
Yeah, and then I would encourage you guys to just look at his work, because I know most people know him from The Wire. Most people
most
recently
of the people
know him from the Lovecraft
Wire.
Country, but he's been a part of a lot of different movies, a lot of different projects. So rest in peace, and if you can help somebody that is dealing with addiction now, then don't waste your time and get to it today. So, all right, we are going to make sure we leave all the descriptions, all the things that we talked about at the beginning of the podcast,
Yep.
as far as the community work,
Yep.
as far as the Sacramento Martin Luther King Center, as far as the Sacramento Chamber of Commerce, and as far as the Choice Matters nonprofit that we have talked about, that was given all the opportunities. We're definitely going to make sure we leave that on there. We want to thank everybody that's listening. Thank everybody that's been supporting, and we will see you guys for episode 36 in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Shit came
All right, we out.
We out.
Let's go. If you just let us go.